Hello, everyone, and welcome to Kyonin Legacies. I am your host, Wuten, playing as Shizuki game, and today we have a pretty interesting stuff in store. If Goody's what Goody told us earlier this morning was any indication, there might be some interesting stuff going on today. So,
which thing did I say?
Yes.
you didn't say
I say a
anything
lot of
specific.
things.
It was just the way that you said it.
I don't know.
Okay.
You said that interesting things are happening to me last night.
Yeah, I will
Wait a
say in advance to my players and any viewers that today's episode may get a little weeby at some points. So deal with it, basically.
Just get the weed whacker. We'll be good.
The weeb whacker.
Oh, wait.
Oh, you said weeb. I also thought you said weed.
Oh,
As in weed, like, what's his face? Jerry.
Remember
Oh.
where we're from. So.
yeah.
I expect-
I mean, I'm fine with it either way, but
Yeah, so like as Kai had mentioned, this is kind of a more or less like an Asian portion of the world that's more like based off of it in terms of, like, you know, structure, lore, history-ish kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Though that also being said, there may be a few points where I butcher the Japanese language, so we'll see how that works.
I can
But,
always try to assist.
I just know with this group I will not be ridiculed so horribly bad, so
No, I'll just judge you and then help you.
that's fine. It'll be just like playing 14 with me.
Yes. Oh, wait.
All right.
You didn't know that was Tank Buster. Alright. So that was Tank Buster.
We didn't have a tank anyway. So last time on Kyonin Legacies, you all got a little work done, a little shopping done, and a little exploration done in the capital city of Lyra Zeros. And you got a little more insight into your next objective of acting as messengers of sorts, liaisons to Relimque in the south. It'll be just be easier if I look at the map.
went down south.
Yeah. But a few other paths lied before you. For starters, there was completing a task which you had all united together to begin with, sans Kanari to an extent, of returning the Guinean ruby, what was stolen. So, after several days of travel, you head north towards Tree Hollow, where Kai, along the way, met an old rival in a battle for
Yes.
the Battle of Berries. Berry Battle 2. Electric
Boogaloo.
Berry.
I let
Boogaloo.
him live.
And eventually you did finally make it to Tree Hollow towards the evening, and then going to meet up with the Elder. He was glad to see the ruby was back in his hands, and Sorren got the relief that since he stayed true to his word, he had no reason to remain angry, and he was forgiven for doing the right thing.
Yeah.
However, they also learned that Ondaz, a druid who lives there, had been, ever since they left, had been traveling daily deeper into the deeper sanctum of the forest to try and upkeep a blessing. But it's been harder and harder to do whatever it is he's been trying to do. And this particular day, he hadn't returned home yet. So the party, concerned, decides to travel and discover what happens, only to find a Yaoguai, powerful magical beast that had all sorts of defenses against a lot of a lot of different coordinations that the party has been known to, use the maneuvers and whatnot against opponents past. I'm not phrasing this very well, and I apologize for that.
You're good.
But they found that a lot of their offensive materials
It
were
was mean to melee.
yeah. Oof. But they came out on top, especially after Ondaz appeared to use a polymorph spell to distort its form, bringing those defenses down, allowing the group to finish it off. And now that you have the ruby, there was a bit of panic when they said, after Shizuki asked, "There's more of them?" To which his response was, "That depends. We need to get going, and we can make sure that we can stop that right now." Which brings us to the present.
All right.
Sorren has a carbuncle riding on his shoulder.
Oh, hello there.
I didn't even realize that he was there for a moment.
Jealous.
Well, they're tiny things.
Whew.
Well, I'd imagine we probably shouldn't waste any more time. I don't think we want to deal with any more of these things.
He doesn't take the gem just yet. He just leads you back the way he came.
I assume you're all familiar with this gentleman?
Oh yeah, his name was.
Ondaz.
Yeah, Ondaz. He's he's the village druid.
All right, well, it sounded like he knew what he was talking about, so maybe we'd best follow after.
I'd say that's probably a good idea.
I'm
No,
all right
take
with
that.
that.
Take a look at the big Yaogoi thing, kind of poke it with my boot, and be like, "Yeah, I don't want to deal with another one of these."
It's kind of squishy.
I'm looking at it.
Squish.
Yeah, squeesh is probably the best word for it.
Actually, I go to make sure the carbuncle that was running away is okay. I nuzzle it and look at any wounds it may have and make sure it's doing all right.
He hops onto your back and settles in.
Aww. Right.
Man, you'd almost think that we were a pair of druids or something.
To be
Is that
fair,
the only
some people
class you haven't
suspect
taken?
I am.
Yeah, I got levels in rogue, I got levels in fighter, I got levels in druid. Yo, what do you need from me? I could do it probably. Speaking of, by the way, the one thing I don't have is wizard yet. You think you can help me with that one?
We'll see.
Who might
I cannot
suspect
actually
I
move.
am, but not.
Oh, yep, that's because you're new to this area. Let me just. The rest of you remember this area. This is where you fought off the gnolls before.
Ah, yes. I remember.
There you go, Cygnus.
Thanks.
Before we continue, we may need to do some healing if anybody needs.
I am
because-
full, but
Yeah, I'm back up to
has-
full because we did the healing last session.
yeah.
after the fight.
Oh, I see. I wrote on my sheet plus 16 hit points from 19. So, okay, let me do that real quick. Okay, so I'm at 35 out of 46. All right, cool. I wrote it on my sheet so I wouldn't forget.
Hell yeah.
Good deal. Is anybody else in need of it?
A little
While we're
bit.
thinking about it. Okay. All right.
I think I have 23 out of 56.
Jesus Christ. All right, we'll fix that.
No, I got
Um,
hit.
It's
Okay,
all right.
So,
Let me look at my backpack. I can just use my wand, so no need to waste spell slots.
I actually have the recharging thing, bead. Let me burn that for this.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so that's 3d8 plus 5.
Doggies. And
Well, 13. How's that for a start?
It's not bad.
All right, and I'll do one more cure light. Or I could just roll ones all day,
Better to get them out now, I guess.
I suppose. So that's 19 back for you, Kai.
All right, I'm at 42 then.
Okay, so
Which
were
is
we gonna
much
do
better.
the spend a charge for an average amount of hit points from the Cure Light wounds, or do you want me to roll each time?
I think that was directed at you, Guti.
Say again, Chaotic. I'm sorry.
Do you want I can just spend a point and get average off of the Cure Light wounds wands, or do you want me to roll each time?
It's yeah. Go if you would like to take average. I will allow that. Yeah.
Yeah, I know that average is just essentially 5, then 6, then 5, then 6. That's how they do it in Pathfinder Society. So
Plus, you're also not in combat at the moment, so I like to imagine that Sorren, because since you have used magic device, you'll be able to
just take
focus
10.
a little bit better. Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
I'll just need to use 2 charges on myself then, and that'll put me back at 46.
Also, since it's a level 1
You
spell,
have more
it's
health than I do.
Yeah, I have 46 hit points.
2 charges would put me at
That's
like
disappointing to
53,
me.
but that is
I need to be
the
doing
3
better.
under my max, but that's fine.
How many more do you need?
I would technically need 3, but don't waste an extra charge. 2 will be fine. It'll put me 3 under max.
Okay, I guess that's your choice. So that'll be 4 total charges used. All right, there we go.
Save
I've
a
got
charge.
12 charges left on my wand. So
All right. And for tracking purposes, I have about, let's call it 5 heals left before our next long rest. So
Alright,
don't get smacked.
Salutes with paw.
we'll try.
well, I mean, if we have an emergency, I do have my painkillers. So
Also,
Have the
so
pain.
you're doing all those-
You know what?
That's
I
two
might even,
wounds.
as we're walking, I'll be sure to. I'll ask. I'll just ask Kanari. I'm like, so, how are you feeling on that healing there, in case we have to deal with any more of these things?
I'm getting a little tired, but got enough to get us through probably at least one more encounter if we run across anything before this evening.
All right, good. Well, I got my little wand I'm carrying around just in case. Do what I can to help out with that. But I also have these other things from from Jerry that also
no.
can do some healing. I just thought I would let you know we have those just in case. But those ones are for for emergencies.
Anri gives a cutting motion across her neck, just at the side.
Yeah, as soon as you say Jerry's name, you just see her entire face darken.
I love it.
I will look at her and say, "That's why I said it was for emergencies only."
The last emergency, as in somebody is going to die.
Mhm.
Then I just pop a pill in their mouth and they'll be fine.
Mm-hmm. With
Nice
the
big
spiders.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Indeed.
The spiders. Remember, Sorren, the spiders.
Oh, I remember the spiders.
As you
Speaking
approach-
of, I wonder how the princess is doing.
Hopefully they managed to figure out the pest problem.
Suddenly, it just cuts to the princess in her chamber screaming.
No, it just cuts to an exterior shot of the castle, and the screaming is all you hear.
Unagi's just standing outside of her room. There's people walking by, and he's just like, she's just having a moment.
God,
Move along, move along.
along.
Speaking of, did he mention how long these spiders would last?
That's one of the few things I don't know the answer to, unfortunately.
I
Oh,
doubt
well.
old Jerry does either.
I would not disagree with that. He probably doesn't know either. Well, actually, to be fair, he'd be the expert.
I'm not sure expert is the right word.
Well, what word would you use then?
Maybe...
Guru?
No, that's not right either. More like party guru. Party
Yeah.
guru, that's it.
I can see that. That's a good one.
Party guru Jerry.
Party Guru Jerry. We'll have to let him know that next time. I'm sure there's going to be a next time. He seems to be all over the place.
So,
Right.
Ondars.
as you are all having this conversation and approach, he is he appears to be offering like a sort of prayer to the tree in front of you. It's radiating not like a tree. Like when you first came to this grove, a lot of you sans Kanari, it looked like a normal tree, but this time the limbs seem to have even more leaves and limbs that seem to be, instead of just your standard greenery, shimmering with like a sort of arcane radiance. And it actually makes the tree look a lot larger than it actually is in its, kind of plant state.
Could I roll Arcana to see what might be going on?
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead. So, whatever is happening appears to be a sort of, whatever he's doing appears to be like an offering, more or less an offering towards empowering a protective spirit.
Okay.
And he will say, and while he's in his state, like with his kind of hands, as he moves his kind of hands out, all right, bring it forward if you please.
Take out the Gideon Ruby.
Oh,
the wood.
it's Big Friend. It's King Carbuncle.
So this other one steps out of, just seems to like just phase out of the tree, and you can kind of feel the gem being like levitated out of your hand, Shizuki.
Mm-hmm.
And he
let it go.
and he brings it over to like kind of like a slot, kind of like an open knot in the tree side. And then the ruby glows, and like almost like seemingly like red and violet veins start to like course from where the ruby appeared. And then all of that arcane light, shaped like a tree, takes a step. The root turns to paw. Branches turn to antlers. As
Pretty.
Well, dear God.
Literally.
literally.
Cousin of yours, Kai?
It steps over this way. And it is looking this direction down the forest path. If you would all like to roll me perception checks, please.
Perception.
Question, even though I know the answer. Are we in forest?
What do you think?
No.
Oh.
No, we're in
You
a
feel the
grove.
cascade of ocean around you.
Exactly.
This is not a forest, but a large collective of trees.
God damn.
The tree farm.
Yes, exactly.
I see.
All right.
But so does Kanari.
So, which category is this? Here it is. So, looking down this path, in this direction, what is it called? It's a trope. The orthogological inertia, I think it might be, is I probably butchered one of those words, but
Ontological, I think you're going for.
yeah, that's what it was. Ontological. So the pathway of the forest, like it almost looks like over some time it's like decayed as leading deeper into the path. appears to be some kind of arcane like rot.
Hmm.
Kai, you with that perception check, you recall. I'm just giving this to you for free. It reminds you of younger years when certain elders that you may have known would have forbade you from going too deep into certain forests, and to watch out for and to keep an eye out for things like this, because it's a remnant of a cursed past. Kanari,
Hmm.
with a natural 20, I will give you a free Arcana check.
Okay.
I whimper.
What about that shadowy place? That's beyond our borders. You must never go there, Kai.
So
Damn it.
I'm sorry.
you're good.
Perfect. What are you
I was
talking
wondering if
about?
something like that might pop up. So with a 15, you don't know any of the precise, like what exactly it is, but it definitely is some kind of land cursing
Mm.
type effect. But as the spirit steps forward, it doesn't necessarily speak, but its words simply come to you all. As it says, pitiable. Its antlers glow, and that entire pathway, almost like the sun casting out shadow, is completely restored.
Well, I'll be.
Look at Omdesk. That's something that druids can do?
Not necessarily my doing. He speaks true. I am called Komorebi, guardian of forests. And now that the Genian ruby is returned, the taint, the cursed taint of the land, need not pervade any further than its own containment. Thank unto thee any of thee who saw fit to return it hence.
Give it a thumbs up. Don't really know how to react to that, but
Yep.
yeah.
Just
Yeah. Damri's gonna give a little nod of the head.
An uncomfortable smile, just like, yeah, absolutely. I'm a little bit intimidated.
You need not be afraid. The forest is a place for all sorts. You, my young one. It looks down at Kai. You, I sense in your blood, are a testament to the bonds of man and nature.
Nervous tail wag.
Woo.
It's hard to see. It's hard to really see any kind of smile, but you can, when it says that, joy seems to come to you. Like its own sense of joy seems to like just come to you, and it's kind of comforting.
Nervous tail wag turns into happy.
Roots begin to like unfurl as these two stone slabs rise out of the ground. And now these have returned as well. How glorious.
Kind of look at the one that's near to me.
giving the
You-
creature a wide berth. I'm just going to kind of try and get close.
Sure. Roll me Arcana checks for anybody who has them.
Okay.
Nope.
That's more like it.
Sorren,
Know what I do have?
What do you have?
Improv.
What's the improv, Wuten?
It's improvisation. It's basically they let me make checks untrained.
Okay.
Gesundheit.
So, okay, so, Shizuki, these are, you work with, stone is another substance you work with quite often.
Yes.
So, this seems to be it's carved in very fine ways
Mm-hmm.
with an inlet in the center. You don't know why, but what you do know about this inlet is that it is in the exact shape of the Genian ruby. Kanari, you know these as seeing stones. Basically, they are basically used to record. They're basically used to like record local things that have happened like near them.
Sure.
And like as in like a representation.
What, Gestalt local memory?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the spell.
Brian?
There's an illusion spell of like medium level that like
Mirage Arcana, Major Image,
it's like
Complex Hallucination.
hold on a second.
There's a lot of
the
them.
non-spellcaster in the group.
I will know it when I see. I think it's projected illusion.
Like you'd think I'd know from how many illusion casters I play.
Oh, I know.
My brain is for it.
Just when you think you've prepared everything.
You can never
1 second here.
Project Image.
Programmed, I think it is. Programmed
Yes.
illusion.
Yeah.
We will call it that.
Okay.
And it does have an activation based upon Shizuki's Shizuki's observations. It's probably not hard to discern what would do.
Okay, so stick ruby in thing, get memory.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we'll put a note in that.
You have, now that it is back where it belongs, you are free to use this as you please with these stones. As for now, I will enjoy a nice slumber without threat of a curse.
Okay.
It blends back into the tree's more like arcane form from before. And the carbuncle, he's able to like freely like mage hand it out, like basically mage, for lack of a better word, hand it, yeah, out of the tree if anyone was interested in using these things.
I mean, I guess we might as well see what in the world they're holding.
Yeah.
I don't see
Yeah.
why not.
It would be impolite to refuse the invitation, you know.
Okay.
I
No
mean, they
reason
do
to
say
distrust
knowledge
them
is
so far.
power.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll just,
anyone?
yep,
Yeah,
I'll kneel down and take it.
Levitate it up to you.
All right.
Which
So-
one are you going to do first?
Oh, well, you know how these things go. Left to right, right to left.
All right.
Left to
Okay.
right.
So you put it in there, and much like when the ruby was put in the tree knot, red and violet veins begin to course across the cracks within the stone. And just as that happens,
Hello?
some threatening goblins with blades begin to step out of the forest.
Growl.
They're probably part of the illusion.
I still growl.
This one actually just walks right through Anri.
Growl.
Hand on pistol, but as it walks through her, she kind of just, yeah.
And gotcha now, little guy. Oh, this is too rich. Two more step out over this way.
Confusion.
Go bows out.
Give it a second, Kai.
And then another young man comes through, cuts one down, and then turns back around, slashes the other one down. This one with red hair steps right up to Kai and shouts over, "Uh-oh, Raggy, someone's a little upset that I'm catching up to him." "I'm not playing your asinine game, Maleo." Oh, that sounds like someone who's about to lose. The dark-haired one then makes like a, for lack of a better word, a hand shape with a gun with a hand shape as magic missiles begin to conjure up. And he's like, "Oh, look at that. I guess I hurt his feelings." He shoots. They both go right around the red-haired guy and hit this goblin that made a leap right in his face as he falls down to the ground.
Pew pew.
You know, you would hail much better if you paid attention. How pitiful. And by the way, his voice is lighter than this, but
You're doing your best.
I'm doing my best. And from then, the trees begin to rustle. As after a blast of lightning goes right through Ondaz, but deep frying these other goblins.
Already a 5th level caster. How old is he? 15?
You know, there's a lot going on here.
Technical campaign at level 5.
Shh! Don't break the illusion.
Yeah. Two more creatures come out, one of which is a troll. Oh, one of these guys, huh? On your guard, back with me! Fine. Leaps back, ready some fire. And puts some fire on his weapon. Ragnail puts some ice on his. He will go north. I will go west. And then a girl's voice comes crying out, "Ha!" Does like a spinning slash to knock this goblin off of its giant warg. Or we'll just let Fang take care of it.
Dang.
This will be fun. And then as they dash forward, between the lot of them, everything pretty much gets sliced up, burned up, frozen up in a whirlwind of crisp, magical death. To which he says, "Impeccable timing as always, Captain." And as this other girl named Fang steps forward, "Would have done a little better for you to have waited for me, you two, but I know how you are." "Yeah, should have seen me, Fang. I think what was my count to yours, Raggy? 17 to 13 or something?" "Address her as Captain, Mileo. It's rude to not identify other people by their titles." You fucking nobles, I swear to God. You know, if it does make you feel any better, Mileo, the new recruit that we have is actually, he's actually, when we were on a solo, when I was guiding him on a solo objective, he actually got more than you did just now. What? Pleasant. Anything to shut this one up, Captain. You have my thanks. even if I'm put in my own place. Now then, I'm sure, by your word, I'm sure we should get moving. Yes, let's be off then. And as they leave, the illusion fades. As is everything else here.
Wow.
So I will have been watching with some interest. Since I'm from across the sea, do I recognize any of these illusory people?
Sorry. On top of that, I was going to ask if I could roll nobility.
Anri, roll nobility, and Sorren, roll me local.
I actually have both nobility and local, so...
I will let you roll both.
Alright. This is my local
Can I sneak in with something as well?
What would you like to roll?
I think local, because I do not have nobility.
Go for it.
Okay. Unless history would be more useful.
For this particular instance, local.
Okay.
Okay. So Anri with your nobility and Sorren with your local. And I guess your nobility for that matter. You, from where you come from, you know of a magically talented dark-haired half-elf, but his name wasn't Raggy or Raggedy.
Right.
But it's when he mentioned nobles that you may have begun to put pieces together, because you might have heard a couple of speeches just with that kind of like noble's air of speaking, as well as the way he carried himself. It reminded you a lot of the Margrave across the sea, from where you're from. And Anri, with your 24, you had with considering your dream recently, you also kind of recognize that air, that manner of speaking, and also that he was the brother of someone who's going to be betrothed to you.
Yeah.
Surely that must have been the eldest Pronemia son, Ragnael.
Yeah.
In like a much younger age. Kanari, with your local, you remember the name Mileo. And it sounds as though that this is Mileo was the name of somebody that you were being sent out to meet in down in Relimquay with this group of yours now.
Oh.
Right. Good to know.
Well, it seems as though these stones hold the specific memories from long time past. At least I think.
And Sorren, I'll give you. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Anri.
I was just going to say that one with the black hair. I think he was the oldest Pronemia. Ragnael. Ever heard of him?
Well, remember that there's a...
Confusion.
Well, I come from across the sea, and I've heard of him. I think I may have even seen a speech of his. He's a big shot. One of those sort of...
local to know the name of Pronemia.
You don't have to, Shizuki. You know that through your trading numbers and all that, you know that to be like a massive name in the trading industry.
Wait, are you talking about
name?
The Pronemias?
The Pronemias.
There's something important about them I should know about?
They're only the biggest trading family in all of Baronish.
Very powerful people.
Very powerful people.
Well, I didn't know they could do that. she says, looking to where some of the dead goblins were previously lying.
I think that's honestly just a taste of what they can do, based on the stories that I've heard.
Well, I can't say I know all too much about any of it, but the only thing I'm thinking is that, well, he's not. If you said he's supposed to be the oldest, and yet here he's looking pretty young.
You're
How
right.
old?
He's...
I was just gonna say, if that was Ragnael, this was almost definitely something from the past. He's
Yes.
a bit older now.
Much older.
Well, I wonder why these stones would be holding these specific memories then. Interesting.
Sorren, also, with the 19 that you got in the local, the girl who was with them seemed to be dressed in almost in, for lack of a better word, like a tribal outfit.
Mm-hmm.
And it's one that you have heard tales in this land of people called the Omnilian nomads.
Okay.
And it's typically worn by those who are, it's a tribe that's basically I need to which metallic dragon is the lightning based one? Is it
I
bronze?
believe that one is silver.
Silver
is...
uses cold.
Ah,
I could tell. Gold is fire. I believe it's either bronze or brass.
Bronze.
Yeah, I always mix the two up.
They're very
Bronze.
similar.
Okay, so there.
Ow.
So they worship a lightning dragon who and are basically they're basically sellswords, travelers of magic who maintain their own secrets to magic.
Okay.
And yeah, that's about all you know about them. You just know that they are a traveling group of nomads, basically.
Well, if it becomes important, I will speak up.
Okay.
Well, now I'm just curious what's in the other stone. I guess I might as well check it out real quick, I guess, before we take back off on our own adventures.
Kanari, if you will.
Yep, I'm already zooming over and clicking the ruby into place.
I'm entirely confused and I still follow along.
Has the same effect. And
In fact,
as you do that, all the forestation and trees around you begin to almost kind of shrink in size. As this one must be going even further back. Not as much happening this time, but go ahead and roll me perception checks, everybody. All right.
Oof.
So everyone is kind of bewildered by the fact that the forest itself seems to be shrinking, like trees and shrubs going back in time. But it takes the eyes of Kanari and Kai to spot at this tree in the center here what appears to be one thing at a time. Some person here seemingly impaled by a stalagmite from the earth itself.
Ooh.
He's still alive. He's bleeding some bit of purple, but he is still alive despite that.
What would I need to roll to determine whether this was one of those Oni types that we've been hearing about?
That would be a knowledge local check.
I can do that.
Mind if I jump in with that too?
Absolutely.
All right.
Hey, look at that.
Ooh.
Might not have to. Yeah.
So Anri, as much as you're not quite sure like what this is. Like you've seen people with horns before, but you know that they are so very diverse
Yeah.
that it's hard for you to like tell specifics. But
I haven't had that much experience.
yeah. Though you do remember that the small guys they were fighting before, that was some memories for you. Those weren't regular goblins.
Oh. Right. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. I know what you're talking
So-
about there.
Kanari,
Mm-hmm.
Judging by like the makes of the horns, the type of the type of combat garb that he is wearing,
Mm-hmm.
that this indeed is an Oni-blooded tiefling.
Good to know.
And despite all of this, he is this sheer amount of pain that he's in. He is conjuring his teeth grit. He is conjuring fire into his hand and placing it like around the spots. Not only this stalagmite, but like other like smaller punctured wounds that he has.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. I thought I heard I heard screaming. Oh God, are you alright? How fitting to be finished by the hand of man. Well, get on with it then. Clearly I have nothing. I've spent my all. No. There'll be none of that. She comes over and kneels down. And she begins to conjure some of her own magic. Now, I don't know if I'll be very good at this, but keep that cauterization going, okay? And I'll do what I can. Just leave me be, child. Why are you... I'm not a child, I will have you know. Despite what everyone may say, but now is not the time for chastising over these things. I'm getting you out of here alive. I don't care about what you people do to us. Okay, I'm ready. His flames in his hand begin to intensify. And she uses some kind of magic to like conjure over some vines and bramble, and then also brings up some other stones to try and like kind of manipulating the stalagmite itself to move him kind of off of it while retracting the stone itself. She appears to be like controlling the forces of nature itself to like stir it out. He is all the whole while, but he is keeping a hand to his chest with that fire to cauterize his own wound as best as he can. Every inch of pain you can see on his face as this is all happening. About a few other moments pass, and then finally, and then she immediately kneels down and casts some curative magics. The wounds, still deeply colored, begin to kind of seal up and heal to a certain extent. Why are you helping me? I don't deserve that. It's not your place to decide what you deserve. What you deserve is the chance at life, because it's a spark that we only get once. And just because it goes out, and if it ever goes out, that's not a way to redeem yourself. Okay? You're one of the Oni, aren't you? Not just one of them. Okay. Let's start by name. Let's start with names then. She says. She tries to help him up, to lean him against the tree stump here. All right. So, my name is Amelia Fernsong. And how about yourself? Shimayasu. Oh.
Oh.
Oh, interesting. I have no idea who that is. Do you care to elaborate, Shimayasu? She offered another curative spell. And, offered to kind of pick him up at the shoulder. My proper title, Emperor of Searing Flame, bestowed by my father, but I don't care about your title, honestly. I care about saving a life, and if that means anything, she says, start to kind of like prattling on and on. And actually, hold on a second. Doesn't Shimo mean frost? Or like ice or something? I speak other languages, you know. Yes, I know. I'm aware of the irony, thank you. Well, you're about to be made aware of a lot more things once we get you patched up, okay?
Oh my.
And the illusion fades.
Okay, well.
All right.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's information.
Huh. I'm actually going to look to Undaz after this and say, this forest is full of secrets, isn't it?
I can agree to that, and, well, the land beyonds, honestly.
Interesting.
Say that again.
I wonder how many more of these stones are probably scattered throughout this entire forest and what kinds of things they could tell us.
I can tell you in earnest that those stones go far beyond this forest.
Wait. Like, how far beyond?
Oh, they're all over the countryside. A lot of people wanted to keep records of events that happened over the course of the long warring histories of this country. Tokens of, I suppose, people of just either wanting to be remembered or things they just didn't want to forget. And if you could all roll me a sense motive.
Sensing the fuck out of that motive.
Mm-hmm.
I am sensing nothing from this man.
He's a blank slate.
The hardest, the most difficult of all sensing that I've ever done.
Nah.
Meanwhile, I am staring into the depths of his fucking soul.
My turn.
Stare.
Mm-hmm. Menacing kanji.
Menacing kanji.
Anri, was the 17 yours?
Yes, it was.
Okay. So, Sorren, Shizuki, and Kai are a little bit yet still kind of reeling from just this wash of history that they just saw.
My brain's just going. I don't understand anything I've seen.
Anri and Kanari, when he says the part things that they just want to remember,
Mm-hmm.
he gives like a slight side glance as if to indicate one that would almost say that you could that there are things almost as if to indicate he has things to remember as well. So
Got
he
it.
can understand the sentiment of people making these stones.
Understood.
Oh, I just wonder why these ones happen to be here then. Unless they caught these events, unless these stones caught these events without the people's knowledge.
They both happened in the same area, I suppose. Who's to say?
Ah.
The carbuncles are now kind of just skipping around just basking under the radiating tree.
Speaking of which, I'm going to remove the ruby and return it to the green one over here.
Okay.
If I can not right click and instead left click.
And he will return it to its post.
All right.
Well, I guess unless there's anything else here that we need to see or do, we do still have other business we need to attend to.
Oh,
That's
please
true.
please don't let me keep you. I'm going to have a look around as well as do a few other things within the vicinity. So
Well, don't
Don't
take
let
too
me-
long. The village elder
Oh, I
sent
won't.
us out here to come and get you, so.
oh, that's fair.
We can let them know
Deals.
that you're all right if you have a few more things you got to do.
Oh, yeah, I shouldn't be more than 5 minutes.
All right.
You can stick around 5 minutes.
All right. So he's just going to kind of
All
offer
leave
like some
together.
other. He's just going to offer some
Right
other
back.
blessings.
All right, cool.
Pour some incense around the area. Mark a few things with some different mixtures, and be good to go.
All right.
Good deal.
Once he's done, we'll start making our way back out the forest, back to the village.
Okay.
All right.
And I'll just go ahead and. It is evening time now, so he will probably put some. He'll probably offer some money down for you guys to stay in an inn for the night.
All right.
Oh,
For
well, I
his
appreciate it.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
All these people that are offering us free stuff, man, it's great.
Well, it's not free
You're
if you
a-
have to work for it.
Yeah, you're a helpful bunch.
Yeah.
We had to fight a Yaogwai for this. You get
You
to
know-
stay in an inn.
Yeah.
You know, that's fair. That's pretty fair, to be honest.
Radioactive forest bears are no joke.
Oh shit! I forgot to
Yeah.
turn on VATS when I was fighting it.
Oh,
yeah,
damn
see,
it.
there you go.
God damn it.
That was the issue.
Yeah.
I got several eye shots, so I guess that counts for something.
All right.
At this point, the night is you guys's.
Well, I know you've all been here before. Is there anything that I should see while we're in Tree Hollow?
Well,
How many gold am I gonna put down? I'm gonna put down. I'm gonna call a bartender over, or whoever is serving food and drink, and be like,
Yeah.
how much is it for all of us for the night? Would you say?
So out of character, I think Anda's put money down for you. For
Oh.
that, as
Well, then I
thanks.
guess
Remember?
I guess no
that was
worries.
our reward. We fought the Yaogwai, and now we get to stay the night for free.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
And return the ruby.
Yeah.
For killing this vicious, horrific monster,
Now,
you get a bed.
Remind me so I don't pull an ebony. Did the elder thank you?
No, he did
Yes.
not.
He did
Not
not.
yet.
Okay. Okay.
My yes was to the coin, not the elder.
Sorry, I dropped something.
It's all good.
It was very fitting.
Yeah. Toss it on the counter.
Gonna be paying us here pretty good.
I think. Did he offer 500? I'm sorry, it's been a really long time.
Did who offer
Something in
what?
the order of several years, hasn't it? I don't blame you for not remembering.
Well, yeah, but I thought it's that, and I think back when we did like session, like the very first session, it must have been like July or something.
Mm.
Or rather, session 1 was in July. Session 0 was.
How much were we getting paid?
Well, you know
I
what
don't
the answer
remember at
is?
all.
Goody can redetermine that right now, and that is now canon. That's easy.
Mhm.
Yep.
Okay.
Can redetermine it based on wealth by level. There you go.
Well,
10d100, right?
also got to consider what the fucking village can offer.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
the thing.
Yeah.
I feel like I might have said 250 for returning it.
That would make sense, and then divide it between the five of us now.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, 250 divides nice and evenly.
50 gold each.
Okay.
50 gold each.
So I think what I might do is that after today's session, like tomorrow or the next day or something, I'll re-look up what I said, and if I was wrong, I can always just
Okay.
yeah.
Adding that now then.
I'll just go ahead and add that now. There we go.
Okay. I'm just putting on different music. That's better. And yeah, he'll have given that reward for at long last returning the ruby to where it belongs, and
All right.
you got a free room for the night, and the rest of the evening's you guys's.
I made myself a perform string check for some point during the night, just given a good tune.
Oh wow, yeah. People thought the festival was over, but here's another performer.
Sometimes you just need a little bit of entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
I will aid. You don't need it, but I will aid.
Woo!
Where's my numbers? There's my
Barf,
number.
barf, 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 barf.
So make that a 30, my man.
All
True,
right.
True. Okay. Let's go ahead and so you get plenty. You get about 8 gold worth of silver.
Hell yeah. 80 silver. Hell yeah.
Jesus,
Pretty good
okay.
night, man.
Loved your dog.
Yeah.
He's just the best, isn't he? Name's Sorren, by the way. What about you?
Oh, Bethan.
Nathan. It's very nice to meet you.
You as well. If you're ever back again, I'll be my friends out.
Ooh.
I would appreciate that. That sounds like it'd be a good time.
I have a small furry baby that came up under my lap and said hi.
Oh, hello, baby.
Oh.
No, little Mew.
Oh.
She's a cuddler, isn't she?
Yeah.
Cuddle bean.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Anri is going to spend the day crafting more alchemical cartridges for 60 gold. She's going to make 10.
Right.
I suspect this is canon, and Shizuki now has a cat.
There's a cat in the inn that just hopped onto her lap.
Mhm.
Aww.
Okay, so you're gonna be spending the rest of your evening crafting. Sorren's
Yeah.
doing a little performance.
And happen to get to meet a nice lady.
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
Who's gonna bring her friends next time?
Yeah. Kanari's a little worn out, so she's just going to kind of nibble on the food and watch as things go by.
Okay.
Kind of smirk a little at Sorren and his flirting.
Anri will roll her eyes and go back to crafting her beautiful gunpowder. The only lover she needs.
All right.
All right. Anyone else doing anything else for the night?
Just hanging about.
Okay.
Recovering from the battle.
Mm-hmm.
So, enough time passes. It's kind of late. Folks make their way to bed, if nothing else.
Yeah. Kanari is probably one of the first to head up tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
To be fair, the tiredness kind of hit me too once I was done with everything, so sleep time.
All right.
Anri sees no reason to stay up after she's done crafting, so she packs her alchemy stuff away and gets going.
I assume the rooming is the same as before.
More or less, yeah.
Yeah.
Which... Never mind. Won't worry about it.
Girls and Kais.
Girls and guys.
Girls and Kais. That's great.
Yeah, his name's Kai, and then you're a thief, so...
Yeah.
Or rogue, but whatever.
I take no offense either way.
So you all settle down to sleep. But how restful is that sleep?
Oh no.
No.
Kanari.
Okay, thank God.
That's not my
It's not me.
Yes.
One day it'll come for me.
One day,
Kanari,
but not today.
You're on the run. It was time at long last to depart those savages.
Yeah, it was. Being
What was
thrown
one of-
halfway down a mountain didn't hurt, of course, but
And how long? And what was some of the last things you did, so that they would remember your wrath? Your vitriol for them.
yeah. I took the warband that they'd given me, and I rampaged through the village. Tore up the shrine. Tore up as many men as I could. The shamans. The war leaders. Anyone I could get my paws around.
And after you tumbled down the mountainside, mercifully, you were still alive. And your best bet for any sort of new life was, for lack of better saying, to venture north towards civilization.
Yes.
But that had to come with weaving through the canyons, which, hard as your bones were, rather, as beaten as you were, bones and all, bruised, staggering as you could, best you can, your own healing could only go so far. And so for now, until you can make it at least beyond, without having to go through the mountainsides, you travel east.
Yes.
I can either control you or you can.
Because it's a dream, you go for it.
Okay. Traveling alone never felt, honestly, so alone. And as time passes, you do soon see, the marks and trails of, more civilization, like wagons, the tracks of others on more traveled paths. And at that point, when you get right about to this tree, can you please roll me 5 fortitude saves at -2? Since this
Okay.
is from a time past,
I
so
get
you're
you.
a little weaker.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay. Several arrows either graze past you or some pierce into your backside.
Ow.
Some of them were laced with something because all of a sudden the feeling and ability to move your muscles just goes limp as out of some of the woodwork comes a familiar cadre of cackling.
Yep.
So she did survive the fall. Kanari, the penalty of treason and heresy is death. Though by my will, it is not a summary execution for us all to watch. But after what you've done, I think our numbers would be better served if you were best forgotten. That, I would say, is the ultimate price of your faith. He clutches his club, and you've seen him clutch this one many times before in such a way that says, yup, he's going for the overhead swing.
Of course, she can just lie there. Can't really do anything with the poison coursing through her veins, so she just looks up at him, gives her best sneer. Mother couldn't even be bothered to come herself, could she? She had to send the dirt.
Best forgotten indeed. He lifts his club, and then roll me a perception check. No minuses this time.
Okay, she braces for the attack. $17.
Okay. There are you hear both of you hear the sounds of shrieking as two of these gnolls over here suddenly they let like a quick little ah! And then suddenly they split into like their limbs and parts are just no longer a part of each other.
Dismemberment.
Just each a 4-part dismemberment equally.
Blink.
He stops. The large gnoll stops as he watches this blood spray. He turns back around to look at you and say, "Last of your tricks, is it?"
She is wide-eyed and says nothing.
Afraid not. I may not be one of your culture, but I know this is not how one treats kin.
Oh, shit.
Who did? Who did?
Oh, shit.
Human, this does not concern you. My concerns are my own will.
I'm gonna refresh. Hear the
He
music.
then takes up his
It's
weapon.
not playing for me. Damn it.
It's not playing?
Not for me. I don't know what's going on.
Are you
It does-
refreshed?
Yeah.
I will start it over then. Not that one. God damn it! Shut up, Kai.
Fucking
Shut
damn
up, Kai. Shut the fuck up. You're fine. Everything's fine. Everyone, shut up. This one.
We heading to Stormblood?
1 second.
Wooten, is it the Firefox issue again? Is it stopping autoplay?
I think it might be.
Okay.
Oh.
I'll hang tight.
We could. It's all right, guys. We can fix it in post. It's fine.
Technical difficulties.
Jesus.
All right. Here it is again then.
There we go. Oh. I know this one.
Yes, you do.
My concerns of my own will. And the young miss there does not seem to be the type who was worth you calling kin to begin with. So I've decided to remove you from the equation.
Oh, yes.
Mhm.
Very well. Kill him. This first Gnoll steps forward, draws an arrow, takes a shot. But this man, you can almost feel time slow down as he brings his sword around and slices right through the arrow in a perfect half, cuts it in half. As he is suddenly in his face. And then as he then slashes this Gnoll through like through the chest, and something, you don't know if it was space itself, shatters around him. And like this shattering space cuts at all these other ones, killing them all.
Jesus.
Well, goddamn. All right.
All right.
This is magic she has on a scale she has never seen before.
And as far as you can tell, it doesn't even look like magic.
Oh, God.
These three are going to fucking run for the goddamn hills because they couldn't even see what the fuck happened.
As
There's one more who's like within distance. He's going to run this way, but then suddenly you watch as he freezes in place as like another image of him is like an exact clone of him appears right behind him. He stares off at this one in the distance, takes his sword, stabs backwards. This one vanishes as an illusory copy, as this one dies. You and me. Whose funeral is it going to be? He charges, does like a jumping leap. He simply squats, waits, and then suddenly spots an opening under his helmet. Complete decapitation. As a true image of him then appears right on the other side of the corpse.
Yo.
And the music ended perfectly there.
Oh.
A couple of lashes to get the blood off of his weapon, and a sheathing. You all right?
Has she regained much feeling in her limbs at this point?
Yeah, I might have something. He reaches into his thick cloak.
Nice.
And pulls out some medicine, patches up some wounds, as well as gives you something to a liquid to drink up.
Okay. It shouldn't be cold, but she is shivering.
Easy
She
now.
drinks. Yeah, she drinks greedily, but doesn't take her eyes off him the whole time.
Maybe a few moments, but you should be able to walk within the next 20 minutes or so.
So what's it to be, human? Am I going to be your dancing bear? Your house slave?
He looks at you puzzled, like,
No.
do people do that? That's disgusting.
It's what we were always told to expect from your kind.
He kind of leans back and sits cross-legged, and it's at this point, Kanari, you notice that his arm is in one of his arms is in a sling.
Impressive.
What's that?
Impressive.
Mm-hmm. Well, I am not one of the disgusting ones. I don't know what assurances you may need for that, but I am not necessarily. I see, well, an injustice like whatever that display was with. He just tilts his head at all of them. And I just can't stand by.
Well, while it's appreciated from a certain perspective, it would have been justified, given how many of them I killed on my way out.
Good. I don't have to put up my other arm then. He just kind of says as an aside. Well, where were you going, if I might ask?
North, east, away. I'm sure there's some forest somewhere where I can hole up, live out the rest of my life.
If you're heading north, you're heading towards, well, more pieces of civilization. So,
Yes, and I'm hoping to avoid them as best I can. Like I said, you may be the exception or not until I can move and run and see how you react. Can't really guarantee that, can I? And even if you are, who's to say that the rest of them won't act the same way as the people I just left?
the world is full of troubles. And as long as I've been around, I've done all I can to try and make good on not just the wrongs of others, but the cavalcade of mine own. So, to an extent, I suppose, I can empathize if that's the impression I'm getting.
Well, and if you've been doing all this good, where were you when the Gnolls were enslaving the villages south of the mountains? Where were you when they were tearing apart the young? You say you believe in doing good, and if it is so easy as you just made it seem, where were you?
Striving every day to mitigate those atrocities as most as I can. Sometimes they carry me further south. Many times they carry me to O'Delegan Steppes.
I don't know those.
It's best that you don't. For now, at least.
But if what you say is true, then things are just as bad north of the mountains. So I really am stuck, aren't I? Nowhere to go, Can't even move.
Aren't
So
we
you
all?
tell me, what do you get out of this? What do you want from me? Surely you stopped for some reason. Little old me, just a gnoll. Just another gnoll.
Well, for starters, you speak quite elegantly for a gnoll, if you don't mind my saying. So surely
rat-
that.
Yeah,
So
a rat.
so
Sorry, go on.
so certainly. How do I phrase this? So certainly I can understand being seen as an outcast, but for what reason? What did you bring that they disliked?
What any society hates. Change. I was the one who sat with the slaves. I was the one who learned from them rather than just beating them until they moved or worked. What else was I supposed to do? They're people. We used people when we could have been doing it ourselves. Could have been building something. So I
Right.
tried to build something.
Very well. He stands up, puts a boot to this rock, stares at the death that he just dealt out and the lands beyond. Well then, if it's change you're after, then I may know some people who may share your ideas. We have an encampment where we treat the sick and the wounded from war, no matter which side they fought on. I figure we figure that not only is aiding others one thing, but learning to coexist would be the next good step.
And it sounds like we could use that north and south of the mountains. I keep wanting to say the wall, but this isn't Game of Thrones.
And if it's a testament to trust me. Actually, I'm gonna back up a second. You're very interesting, Miss. I'm sorry, I didn't give you my name. I'm called Valham, and yourself?
Kanari.
Kanari. Mine, and if it suits you any better, he says, looking back towards this western direction. I'll take you to this encampment, and then I'll kill them all.
She lifts herself to her feet, possibly surprising even herself. Walks forward, grips the broken arm, and heals it.
Okay, you notice that there are... So you step over to heal it, and he looks at you like, now I can see why you were guarded in such a way, though. As appreciated as that is, it's not actually broken.
Okay.
I promised someone once, a long time ago, that I would never use this arm to kill again, unless it was for true. What's the word I'm looking for? Fuck.
A good reason?
Unless it was to kill for a truly good reason, one where my ideals come whole. This one, however, he says as he shakes his free arm, this one at least gives everyone else a fighting chance.
She shakes her head, and the tiniest hint of a smirk works its way onto her muzzle. You and I are going to be very good friends.
He smiles and says, "Now then, to the Lenyoran outpost. That's what we call it."
You take the lead.
And that, my friend, is going to be a pee break. That's going to be a pee break, my dudes.
Hell yeah.
Alright.
Pee break time.
Alright.
I would like to
Nice.
All right.
Okay. Did you get yourself some coffee, my man?
More water.
Good.
A lot
So
of
I have-
talking to myself so far. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. I have a slight surprise for one and all. I did a thing.
Yeah.
Made tokens.
Oh, hell yeah.
Just using the colors that everybody seems to be preferring in Roll20.
Yeah. Well, I do hope you enjoyed that, Cygnus.
Oh yes, no question.
I've been hiding that song.
It was good to see him in action. Let's put it that way.
Just to let you know,
Mm.
that was a perfectly legal set of abilities.
I figured as much, but I'm also assuming that Path of War was involved.
I can deny nor confirm anything at this time.
Fair enough. Ah, don't sit in your microphone cord, you idiot.
Sometimes you need to sit on the microphone phone cord. though.
No. Very unhelpful.
Oh.
I'm sure you could find some reason. Not many, but
Anyway, so, as you may be able to see here, I took a little time this morning and put together some tokens for us, if that's something that people want to use.
Ooh,
Mhm.
Yeah.
I see them.
I can go ahead and put those in the after this session today. I can just put those in the profile bit, so you can just click and drag them off.
Okay.
Ooh, I like.
I use the colors that we were favoring in Roll20, so...
You know, that's fair. Okay.
Yeah.
I was about to ask why I had yellow, and now I'm seeing. Okay, that's fair.
Oh, nice. Magenta red.
Yep.
For Shizuki. Cool.
Yeah.
Because I'm a yellow-bellied coward. I get it. No, I'm kidding.
Got him.
Hey,
I'm
if that's what you
kidding.
self-identify as, that's none of my business.
Now hold on, just a minute here.
Colors can be interpreted in many different ways.
As far as I'm
it's
concerned, that's
interesting
closer to a
that,
gold.
You chose to pick that song, Goody, for that moment. We're going to be getting very familiar with Samuel Kim here in the next couple of months.
I thought as much.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Also, joke's on me for being the one idiot, but I have to ask, where is that from? Because it was really cool.
Knights of the Old Republic, it's Revan's.
Ah.
Mhm.
Oh.
I thought, for the dude I have in mind, this is a perfect fit.
Yeah.
So, just since Wuten Chaotic, since you guys are back now, I just wanted to let you guys know that those were a perfectly legal set of abilities.
Yeah, yeah.
I know.
I know.
Everything here is Pathfinder legal, damn it.
Just to echo what
Pathfinder
Chaotic
legal
once said.
only if you allow for third-party Path of War. But yeah, perfectly legal. as
Oh,
all
the
things should be.
disdain. Oh,
I don't understand. I really don't understand his disdain for it. I mean, I love it, but that's just me.
It's a lot to add into the game, and I'm for what it's worth, I'm willing to allow for like Path of War feats on a feat by feat basis, but I'm just like, I need to plan around those classes, you know.
Yeah.
Well, the
My-
same as you'd have to plan around a wizard.
Yes,
My
but
thoughts are-
I understand the wizard. I haven't done my homework on the Path of War stuff yet. So
Is Path of War 100% third party?
Yes,
Okay.
it is designed by Dreamscarred Press.
yeah.
Yeah.
Which, for what it's worth, Dreamscarred Press does really good work in terms of like balanced Pathfinder stuff.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Like, I think they were.
They also brought over psionics as well.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So they
Yeah.
brought over psionics and Path of War stuff. Well,
Yeah,
so
my-
Path of War, if I remember right, was a system in 3.5, but didn't get.
Book of the Nine Swords.
Yeah, Book of the Nine Swords that didn't quite get all brought over to when Pathfinder came around. So they're like converting all these other things from 3.5. So pretty neat.
Mm-hmm.
Groovy.
Yeah.
Well, getting back to it, I thought I said
So-
it's on to play here. Next morning comes.
So I'm assuming the sleeping arrangements were the same as before. So is Kanari acting any different in the morning, or does she wake up suddenly? Anything like that? Just
Well,
curious.
Unlike Anri's dream, she didn't wake up like stressed. Like, with like pure anxiety coursing through her and remembering some of that old shit.
Mm.
But however Kanari reacts to this memory in the morning is entirely up to her.
You're familiar with dogs, Sorren, so you can tell that her hackles are up a bit this morning. Though she says nothing, and, as she dresses, she doesn't really acknowledge you or anyone else in the room.
As he's busy pulling up his boot. Hey, everything all right, Kanari? You just seem a little on edge this morning.
No, nothing. I'm fine.
You sure?
I did just say so, didn't I?
Well, I suppose you'd know best.
I would. And how about you? How'd you sleep?
I slept perfectly fine. No problems here.
Good.
And she'll get her
Good belly full of food and good company all around. I don't think there's much to complain about.
No.
Belly full of food and a heart full of love.
If you start that, I'm going to find another room, you understand?
I didn't say that.
And yes, Kai gets a pat as she marches down to breakfast.
And how are you doing this morning, Kai?
He just kind of nods at you. He's doing
All
okay.
right.
He looks okay.
Well, what do you think about all this is going on? I'm just always curious.
He just kind of looks up at you confused. Like, I have to think.
Let's get something to eat. Ugh. So I guess we'll go downstairs and join everybody for breakfast before we leave, because we have other things to do, which is
Places to
exciting.
go, people to see.
Right. Get some Berenice toast. Serve Berenice toast.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
I guess.
Place you from waffles, Berenice toast.
Yeah.
It's Narr'tor waffles.
Oh,
I'm not
Narr'tor
sure what
waffles.
place- I'm not sure what
Renfall
place-
waffles, thank you.
That's what it was. That's what it was.
Bring back fucking 2016 memes.
Kanari is
Right.
very perplexed by waffles. She has never seen anything so neatly geometric, at least in food.
It's like a grid on a patty.
It's for the syrup.
What is syrup?
Oh man, you got a lot. I got a lot of things to show you.
She looks concerned.
Now I'm like,
Local doggo finds syrup.
No, you know what?
Perplexing.
Tree Hollow is well known for having the best maple syrup.
It's true.
That's what they're known for. That's their export.
Ooh.
Oh god.
Do
Makes
the
sense,
Tree
I mean-
Hollowans apologize a great deal and end the sentences with A and you know?
They have moose.
I mean, they are pretty north, so.
Do we actually have any Canadians in here?
I don't think so. No.
No.
We're all Americans and British.
Oh, good. We can make fun
Yeah,
of them as much as we want.
Americans, England, and Arkansas.
Had an Australian here briefly for his pirate campaign.
wait a second. Who's Arkansas? Funny.
Hey,
Oh, right. We need to have a
So we have Americans, we have English, and we have Arkansas.
hey,
My goodness. It's great.
I love that.
I'm part of this country too, you know.
So, right, we have America,
anything,
we
it'd
have
be
England, we have
Texas.
Chicago.
America, England, and Arkansas.
If
That did
anything, it'd
confuse
be
me for the longest
Texan
time.
That is,
Mhm.
I'd be boasting about being independent from the rest of the country. Anyway,
Oh, we're just trying to kill ourselves. Don't worry about it.
evidently,
God.
all I've
There's
seen.
Uh, geopolitics of the real world aside.
So Kanari's being introduced to maple syrup and waffles this morning.
Hell yeah! What a morning.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Am I at least allowed to put fruit on it?
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
All right.
see
Whatever you
why
want
not?
on it.
It works
She
really
produces
well.
an orange, produces an orange from nowhere and cuts it
Oh
up.
no! Oh no!
Wait, no, stop. Take it back.
See, you asked for this. You all asked for this.
Mm.
Yes. You are correct. And I'm
Indeed.
not upset in the slightest.
There's always something. It's just how D&D goes. There's always something.
Yeah, there's always something. I love it.
Like for main campaign, it was the fuck jar. That was the thing.
Yeah, that was the. Oh yeah. Oh,
Never.
fuck jar.
Anyways,
Surprisingly,
moving
it didn't get as much use as I thought it would, given that
Yeah, well,
campaign.
A
It had-
lot of
on. Sorry,
yeah.
go ahead.
I was saying a lot of things happened to an extent where it was like the seriousness of the world was kind of took more of a precedence.
Didn't have time for it. Yeah,
Yeah, but it did come in clutch at the end.
it did.
Also, the person running the jar. Anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Changed
So-
hands many times.
So you get a nice fill of breakfast, and I'm gonna get ready to hit the road.
All right.
All right.
Right. So, plan is we planning on stopping by and figuring out about that mist first before we make our way all the way down to Rilum Quay?
That's right.
The graveyard, you mean? Yes, that was my understanding.
All right. Well, I guess we've got ourselves a plan. Got ourselves a plan of action. We got ourselves plenty of good food for the road. I think we're set.
Do you
So-
need to stop in and talk to anyone before we leave? The chief or...
I think we need to get our payment.
You know, that's a
Mm.
good point. We should do that. Maybe pick up anything else we need before we go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So we'll swing by the elder. Let him know that we... Real quick, just swing by and let him know that we found the druid and dropped off the ruby there. So, payment, please.
He gives his thanks for all of your hard work and rewards you with 450.
All right.
Beautiful.
Okay.
So, quick question. Let me
Yeah.
double check something here. I don't think I have enough money, so it's not going to matter. Yeah, I don't have enough. Well, actually, no, I don't. Fine. I was possibly going to figure out about picking up another wand, but I don't quite have the cash for it, so. It was 250 Wooten, and split
Right.
between the 5 of us, it's 50
Yeah,
each.
50 each. Okay.
450. Goody just said 450.
Did
Yep.
he?
Yes.
Oh, well, never mind then.
I corrected myself.
Well, then 450 divided 5 ways is 90 gold pieces a pop, so I'll add
Oh.
40 more to my total.
All right.
I just broke 4 digits. Yay me.
Yeah.
Woo!
Oh,
If I
do we need me to hold any of the money? All of the money.
Oh, yes.
To
You
add
are the
it.
money dog.
Okay, add the whole 4. Okay.
Cash Wolf.
The doggy bag.
Money puppy.
Money
These
pump.
all sound like apps on the fucking app store.
Oh,
Oh my god,
Jesus.
they do.
my
Holy
God.
shit.
Oh god.
We have as a collective. Oh wait, I didn't add the silver because I just assumed you were carrying the silver.
Which one? The
that
the
we
80
want.
that I got?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it. I've got the handy haversack, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
So-
carrying my own cash now. You don't have to worry
Group
about
total, what's on the dog is 3,518.
Is there a bank someplace to exchange currencies? Because I've got a lot of copper.
I thought we
In
stated that we
town,
just did it in a town.
I just
that. We'll
like
probably have to wait till we get to the city, to be honest.
Yeah.
meet up with the
I-
trader.
I mean, you could always. Was that one of the things that you could have done back in the city? Because
I mean, I suppose I could have. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, that's when I did it. Or
Yeah,
I
that's-
did it
if you-
for us.
we can go ahead and lampshade and say that that was just one of the things you took care of
Okay.
when you were in the Azeros.
All
Because
right.
it's not like you did like a whole metric fuckload of things.
All right.
So you kind of just like, oh right, I gotta change out this copper.
Uh, all right. So I've broken 1,400 gold. Yeah.
All right. So as you're leaving town, if the 5 of you can make perception checks for me.
Okay.
So, does this count as a
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah. I'm sorry, I just always have to ask.
that's fine.
You good?
Because if the one time I don't ask, I'm gonna forget and it's gonna be important.
Okay, so Kanari, I think you might be a little busy, like kind of just prepping your goods for travel and all that, making sure you have everything before we go,
Mm-hmm.
all ready with kind of spells you might need for the road and all that. Sorren, you're probably just kind of just get everything sorted yourself. But for the rest of you, as you're leaving town, right over here, there's a rancher who's taking care of some animals, taking care of some of the feed. But Kai, Shizuki, and especially Anri, as you guys walk by, the hens are surprisingly quiet and just watching you all walk past.
I don't like this.
Oh no.
It hasn't worn off yet.
Oh shit.
Keep Anri away from the chickens.
Take the long way around.
With the
Oh,
14, I'm going to say that Kanari eventually notices them staring down the chickens and makes some loud shooing noises at the chickens.
Yeah, Anri is taking
Give a
a
little
long
bark.
detour, hand on her pistol,
Seems that's where I've got to go. I'll be back.
and then
I
just
give-
walks around these buildings.
Walks around the building. There's more chickens.
Right, where's initiative?
Oh, damn, that was something I'd meant to do last night. That didn't even occur to me. I was going to see if I could diagnose Anri. Could we roll retroactively for that, or did Kanari just forget?
I think you would have just forgotten.
All right,
That slipped the mind.
There's plenty of time on the road.
fair enough.
Say a lot, because also a lot of the events that happened in the forest with the Yagoi and all, easy to slip the
Yeah.
mind. So,
Agreed.
but no, the chickens are
chicken
just so
incident.
as you're kind of walking around, these hens are they're at the edge of the fence of where they can go with the fence. They're just looking.
I stand by my loud shooing noises.
They're
Anri
just kind of
rejoins with you.
They're just kind of ducking around.
Don't even try it.
And you leave. Back on the
Yes,
back on the
good
road we
thought,
go.
Thank God.
Woo!
On the road. again.
Going south
then-
and south.
I can't wait to be on the road again.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
Well,
So if you're
Shot
heading due south, not much happens along the several days of travel. And eventually you make it towards the Fernsong Memorial Acre.
Right. So while we're traveling, I believe Kanari was gonna make a.
Yes, as Wuten says, the chicken incident is a very good reminder that I need to look her over. So
I may also go ahead and make survival checks to help forage for food as we move, so that how much food we actually have to eat otherwise.
Go for it.
How many times? Just once?
Roll me 4 just to kind of get an average of just roll me 4. Figure things out because it's a few days worth.
And what do you need from me in terms of diagnosis? Just heal or anything else?
Probably heal, yeah.
Also, am I just gonna aid you in that, Kai, or
I'm sorry.
for survival checks?
Okay, survival.
I cannot wrap my head around this thing. Christ. This is the
Whatever.
second time I've done that.
Yeah, whatever's going on here, Jerry must be a fucking god at whatever the hell he helped Kanari with.
Right,
I'm
survival
rather.
checks. How many I need to do?
4.
This dude, Jerry
And
is
add
a
2
fucking
from,
enigma.
Add
Two
2
from
from me aiding you.
And how many of these are in a forest?
One of them.
Okay. So then one of them will be this.
Just saying.
Whoa.
Sure.
But we're all gonna have to eat our own food that day. Well-
What's the? I mean, it's a skill check. You can't critically fail it.
That's
What
true.
was
Let me
the
double check.
DC?
It's get along in the wild. You can provide food and water for one other person for every 2 points by which your check result exceeds 10. So 2, 4, 6. So you can provide for yourself and 3 others. So 2 people need to eat.
Yeah, you remember the berry tree? I mean, that's. You probably
I'll
just
go
you know
ahead
what?
and eat
Let's put
one.
some more of those.
I'll eat one of
Alright.
mine too. I have elven trail rations, so I'll
Hell
eat one.
Oh,
And then
lambus bread.
there's the next day.
That one covers
Alright.
everybody.
There's the day after.
That one requires one person to eat. I'll go ahead and eat my rations that day.
And then that one.
That also
Good.
covers everybody.
Oh.
Yep.
Good shit.
Hey.
It's very useful to have a doggo in the
Proper
party who
hunter,
knows how to
yeah.
hunt.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then, as per the request of the chat, I'm going to acrobatics check to do a flip.
Well,
That's a pretty good flip.
you very much succeeded in that flip. We all clap.
And then everyone clapped.
Parkour, parkour! Oh shit!
Hey, I mean, you managed to jump 4 feet straight in the air for that flip. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Mm.
I did a fucking flip. There you go, T-flat bunny. All right, let's get going.
So eventually, you make it to the Fernsong Memorial Acre, and it
Oh,
started. What? What's up?
nothing.
He tried to do a flip.
He wasn't going to be outdone, and then he was, and now he's embarrassed.
Oh, man.
Anyways.
And Kanari is just herding the children in the direction of the next mission objective.
I mean, technically, he's 17. So actually...
I said this for a reason.
Fair enough.
So heading to the Memorial Acre, you looking within. Some of the gates are. The place doesn't look ruined. It looks pretty well upkept, and the current area is just just a little bit on the hazy side.
Mm.
But there's still kind of an eerie kind of feel to how empty the place is. And the further you go, you do kind of notice that the path before you is getting a little bit more misty. Can
Okay.
you continue?
Well, first things first from my end, as soon as we get in, into the outskirts here, I'm going to start throwing up Detect Magic.
Okay. I did not mean to do that. There we go. Why can't I get to the chat window? What the fuck happened?
Oh no.
Reset. Fuck.
Quick, roll everything while he can't look.
DM's gone. Shitpost. Go.
DM's one. DM's gone. Hide your nat ones. All right. So detect magic is up.
Okay.
The mist itself that you're getting, it's no magic's coming off of it. This mist seems quite natural. But as you get closer to the fog, like the more denser bits of fog, that doesn't seem like innately magical, but it seems more of a... It's more of like a side effect.
Okay. So I'm just going to whisper to everyone, all right, stay close, stay out of the denser bits of fog, if we can avoid it.
Doggy
All right.
sweet.
If there's anything I remember from the underneath that swamp, it's that we need to watch for dense fog like that.
Agreed.
Okay. And if everyone could roll me... Everyone... Let's see. Anri, Kanari, Shizuki, and Kai. If you guys could roll me perception checks, please.
Perception.
Yipper. And we are no longer. Cry. Cry, cry. I want to go home. Apparently, I'm still vigilant, even though I want to go home.
So, Sorren, as you all get kind of deeper in, as you all kind of get sort of deeper in here, some of the denser fog, Sorren, in your kind of unnerved state, you don't hide it very well, but you pop something in your. But the other four notice something get popped in your mouth.
Well, it's quite cheery, isn't it?
Little fortification never hurt anyone.
Right. Anyways, is this seems a bit much in terms of the mist, though, don't you think?
Yes, that's why I recommend we all stay within arm's reach.
Mm-hmm.
Does light help? Does light help at all in a mist?
I don't think so.
No, not much.
Really.
Yeah. I mean, you might still be, in case we do get cut apart, it might still at least be helpful for someone to have a light. Maybe you can see it somewhat further away. I don't know. He's gonna pull out his ever-burning torch
All right.
Okay.
from his
Okay.
bag.
Kai,
I'll go ahead and hold this just in case.
Sounds
Alright.
good.
because you nat 20'd.
Oh no.
Mhm.
What do I see with my special eyes? I don't like that noise.
What's the matter, boy? Did Timmy fall down the well?
Ooh.
I don't know.
So we go ahead and reveal a bit more here since you have the torch out.
Okay.
Well,
Well, I guess no point in standing around.
Yeah.
He just kind of almost puffs out his chest. He's like, "All right, let's go."
Okay.
All right, stick together.
I still cannot move.
God damn it, I am so bad at that.
Don't forget to
Regent.
fix things on your tokens too, by the way.
Yeah, some of the some stuff might be from like previous levels, so
Yep, yep.
So I'll be keeping my eyes open. My roguey senses are always tingling once danger starts, so I'll also be searching for traps as we move. Although, I imagine maybe not traps here, but you never know. I just, I'll keep my eyes open
sure.
for anything
far
that
is
makes
it
my
different?
rogue sense tingle.
Anri's going to take out her gun in one hand.
Very wise venture.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, my dagger's out in the other hand, I think. No, my the +1 rapier that I have, I forgot that I had that. I'll have that in hand.
There you go.
So like this fog isn't like bad enough. It's not like the spell fog where you can only see like 5 feet in front of you or whatever.
Yeah.
You can still kind of see like make out graves, make out the trees. This area here is kind of fencing for the between the shrubbery and other like graves and whatnot.
Mm.
That's fair. I'm gonna read one on the way past as we walk by.
Okay.
Just
looks
cause.
to be looks to be a soldier's grave.
Oh, that bodes well.
Ah, so it's so when they call it the memorial graveyard, they mean in terms of those who have fallen in combat.
Yes. And they'll be that much harder to take down if any of them have come back.
I would hope not.
Shizuki,
Hmm?
let's see. I want Shizuki, Sorren, and Anri to roll me straight intelligence checks, please.
Alright.
Intellectual check.
Just for the sake of brevity. Alright. So, let's see. Alright, so Shizuki and Sorren, you guys remember the name, and Anri for that matter. You all remember way back during when you first got to that to the dungeon where you met Kanari.
Mm-hmm.
Something you remember something. Specifically the italics. The second name sounds a bit familiar.
Amelia Graceland Fernsong?
As you're in the Fernsong Memoriam Acre.
Oh.
And Anri, with that role, you remember that was the name of the girl from that second memory yesterday.
Yep.
Wait. Do you remember that girl? From the memory? The one that helped that... I think it was an Oni you said, Kanari?
That's correct.
The young one who was sitting there helping heal his wounds.
Mm-hmm.
Her name was Amelia Graceland Fernsong.
How did you come to that conclusion?
Well, she told me her name.
She said her name.
She said her name during the memory, right?
Yep.
Yeah, did she say her full name?
She didn't say Graceland, but
Okay.
Ah, but the fact that you actually would know that you're a noble, you'd probably
Yeah.
know the full name. So
Yeah.
Well,
Full
I suppose
name.
you'd be the person to ask then, Anri. Are the Fernsongs still around in some capacity? I know your people have a tendency to hold on to those names as long as they can.
Anri hasn't clarified if she's a noble yet, but it's also very likely you came to that conclusion.
when
Mm.
she
It's-
says your people, I'm assuming you mean
People, I'm
humans.
assuming humans, yeah.
Oh, right, sorry.
Look at you outing yourself.
Oh, as if I haven't been doing that for the last few sessions.
Got him.
Very much so, actually.
wasted.
Among some, yes. To the more prominent families, it is important. To maintain a name, to maintain an identity.
Well,
so,
sorry, go ahead.
so the Fernsongs then, are they much of a fixture of the nobility around here?
That's going to be a nobility check from Anri.
Hmm.
It should be... Oh, that's wrong. 18?
So from your upbringing, Anri, it's a name that's come up a few times, but it's nothing like a. There aren't any by that name who alive that you know of who like maintain that name. It was from pretty long ago.
If the family is still around, they've probably fallen into ruin by now.
Well, can't be that ruinous, seeing as they got an entire graveyard named after him.
A potentially haunted graveyard, but yes.
Well, apparently that one's only recently, too, so...
Well, let's hope so.
Hmm.
Otherwise, we might actually be meeting Graceland.
I would rather we didn't.
Me too.
We-
Me too, Sorren.
We met her in a memory. I don't think we need to. I think that's more than enough.
Yes, the dead are generally best left to their own devices.
I can agree with that one 100%.
I have no idea what they're entirely going on about. I just know that I'm here.
I just know that you're going under trees and it actually looks kind of nice. I don't know why.
Don't worry about it, Kai. Unimportant human things.
Her.
You get a little
Farts
fuss.
and human.
I'm going to make perception checks, perhaps for traps, and to look at these graves from here.
Okay.
Of which my trap my perception goes up for traps. I'm just kind of searching around. I'm looking perhaps at the graves, the ground. See perhaps if any of the ground seems unstable or is covered in something, stuff like that.
Okay.
Because I'm just on edge at this point. So.
Mm-hmm.
And right that you are. So with the 26, no traps in the vicinity, but you do notice two graves side by side. They share the last name. Some of the symbology with their graves show that they were medics in life. With the 26 also.
It goes down by 2 if it's not a trap. Just letting you know.
I know.
He's gonna put an arm out at Shizuki and be like, hold up a second. Where does that sound like it's coming from?
The northwest.
Do you hear that? Do you guys hear that? There's
Oh.
something walking. I think.
Sounds like the clopping of hooves.
Oh, okay. It's like a horse, like horses on stone. Did your
Just waiting
computer
for
decide
you.
to say "fuck you" or restarting?
It didn't say "fuck you" or restarting. It's Okay, let me see if I can try that up again. I think we're back. Okay. Yes, it looks like we're back.
Okay.
I had a for some reason my graphics card, I guess, or something,
Had a
just
hiccup.
reset on me. Yeah.
Bizarre.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we are in a graveyard.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to look around the corner to see if we can see anything. Watch my back.
I'm gonna do the same thing around the other corner.
Okay. So and
Looking
Kai
out
with
that
that
way.
30.
Coconuts.
Yeah. Someone's like Kanari with oranges, but with coconuts is all I'm.
Get yourself a real pina colada going here.
Oh my God.
So, which way should we go?
Well, that depends. Do you want to investigate the hooves, or do you want to avoid the hooves?
Yeah.
Well, the question is, are those perhaps guards or are they something else?
When was the last time you saw a guarded graveyard?
Yes.
I'm just trying to be. I'm just trying to be optimistic here. All right.
Not a bad idea in a fantasy world with necromancy, I might say.
Honestly, there probably is guards in a graveyard.
Yeah, I mean, a necromancer would have a field day.
Sounds like it's getting.
Necromancer.
Sounds like it's
It's-
getting louder. I think we should just hang
Is it
here
still
and
coming
see
from
what we
this
see.
direction?
Hides behind
Does
the
sound like it's coming in that direction, Shizuki, but it's closer. Still a bit to the northwest.
It's
In
getting-
fact, roll me a perception check.
again. Okay.
Alright.
Everyone?
Everybody, again, yes.
24.
27.
Can't do
31!
it, But Anri can.
Hell yeah.
Hey.
Okay. 27, 24, 17, 15, and a 31.
If this is surprise, I get a +1. So
It's not it's not a surprise in the mechanical sense.
okay.
But Kai and Sorren, it's kind of hard to see between the mix of mist and shrub. Shizuki
Flame the grave.
and Kanari, you can see something moving on the other side of this shrub.
Hmm.
What you see is between the mix of shrub and fog, what you can make out towards the bottom are a set of 4 hoof steps. Not all, some of which you can still see bone, ligament, shredded flesh as it stamps past, as it goes in this way to this way,
Okay.
this way to this way.
Just gonna.
Anri, with your natural 20 and a 31 to boot,
That's the lies.
atop this creature, whatever is riding it, you don't know what it could be because it doesn't have a head.
It's a Dulon, I knew it.
However, because it's a 31, you're able to see through the entirety of the mist that it's not a man riding a horse. It's all one creature.
Oh my god.
This bodes well.
So with that, Anri is like going to put her hand on Kanari and put her hand on Kanari's shoulder and her other hand on Kai's head and just say, "Get down!"
Okay.
Just beyond those shrubs there. I think it's a centaur, but it's got no head.
Okay, that's going to get a raised eyebrow and an arcana check.
Well, attack her.
That is a religion check.
Oh, religion. All right, I can do that.
Are
Say
they?
that are religion checks, yeah.
Religion.
Okay.
Does this sound like anything that I've heard of before with a 26?
It sounds like a Centulahan. A creature that, not unlike manfolk who, with Dulahans, were there, but raging headless horsemen seeking to find peace once reunited with their head. They're also much they're very much like that, but considering the tribal warfare that centaurs exhibit, you know them to be much more powerful than Dulahans, which are already incredibly strong on their own.
Hmm.
If you're going to be getting by, Kanari might discern that the quiet option may be the best, because these are not creatures to be trifled with. Only when they find their head, or someone who has taken their head and killed them, will they find peace.
Okay, so I'm going to relay that in as quiet of a whisper as I can muster at this point.
Well, sorry, go ahead.
What we may need to do is, especially if this is a recent occurrence, it may be that a head was stolen from a corpse here or something, and we may need to reunite the two if we're to clean this thing out. But
Well, I suppose that does mean that they were right. There was definitely something messed up going on here.
that's true. And heads don't just get up and walk off of their own accord, so
I don't know.
At least-
Maybe.
At least one would hope.
one would hope.
Well, you
What's
suppose
the
that
plan?
maybe its head might still be here somewhere? Or do you think maybe somebody took it and has run off somewhere with it?
I suppose that depends on how far the thieves got, and unfortunately I don't think we're going to be able to find out unless we can figure out which tomb was this one's and investigate further. I'd recommend maybe only those who can be very stealthy.
I guess that's me and Kai's job then. I'm also going to put the ever-burning torch away at this point.
Hey,
Because,
don't
it's gonna
knock
give away my
me as
position.
well. I got plus 10 on my stealth checks. I can do
I
it.
technically have plus 14, so I can go with you.
We are.
Damn!
Ah,
Why
fuck
are
all
you
of you guys.
Ollie, what's your
I'm
stealth?
gonna look
Kanari's
at
just
Kanari
like,
offended and be like, how come you have more stealth than me, the rogue? Excuse you.
I have a +6. So you know what? I'm gonna take that as a sign, and Anri is gonna give a huff, very quiet huff. She's gonna stay here.
Oh.
Crosses her arms with her back to the tombstone and just pouts.
Yeah.
So
Proper,
just
like, yeah.
with your roll, Cygnus, I will give you one more piece of information
Sure.
because this will be helpful if you're going to stealth it.
Hmm.
While this thing cannot see naturally, it does have a little bit of life sense.
Okay.
So it's not a very, with a 26, it's not the best, it's not like the broadest life sense. So if you stealth, it can be done because its other senses are not that great.
Right.
But if you fall within its aura of life sense, it will know you're there.
Got it. So I will pass that information on as well. So we can move quickly as long as we stay outside of as long as we give it good distance.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay.
All right, that's good to know. Well, I guess we might as well see what we can figure out.
Yep. Well, if you've ever kited a guard before, I suppose you know that the best trick is to follow along behind them at about 50 feet.
About that.
I have a pretty good relationship with that. Yeah.
A little bit further than this into the fog.
So let's wait for him to come around again and then follow it about that distance.
Are we going to go this way or this way? It looks like going around this way will
think
lead
that way.
into the thing.
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna roll.
Stealth.
I need to roll which direction it's gonna go. Okay. Doesn't seem to be coming back around just yet. In
Okay.
fact, if everyone wants to roll me perception checks.
30.
Nope.
Me and
Nothing.
Kai are just. Oh God. We all
25.
did
30.
terribly.
Wow. Season of the
3
one.
ones and a 30. Jesus.
So you can hear the hoof steps, Shizuki, and they sound they still sound yet quite further away. It doesn't sound like he's making it. And then after a moment, they get even quieter yet.
Okay. Sounds like it's getting even quieter. Let's see if we can get a look around the side there. That's what I'm thinking.
All right.
While you do that, Anri is just going to quickly say to Kanari before she goes,
I'll take cover here. Just
Okay.
yell if you need me.
Do you want to keep Kai with you?
I look to Kai. What does Kai look like he wants to do?
Yeah, I'll stay. If
Are you
I've
going
been
to stay
told
with
to-
me?
All right.
As a
We'll
ranger,
shout
nod.
if
we should
we're
be able to
spotted.
Little
run
arc
through
and
the
a nod.
underbrush.
Well, then Anri will sit beside the wall, her gun ready, and yeah, she will.
Giving that patrol
she will
area
give-
a wide berth.
She will give Kai a fuss.
I'll just be hiding behind like this gravestone, ready to pounce.
You hear
Yeah.
us screaming, "Come running!"
Yeah.
Of course.
Always.
If you hear gunshots, come running.
Yes.
It's a deal.
Also, always.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to.
You're around the corner there.
I was literally about to be
Oh.
there. So we both had the same idea.
Yeah. Sound like it's
Where
coming
does it
from
sound
that
like
way?
it is?
Why is this moving my map? I don't want that.
Sound like it's coming from that direction.
I'm going to move over here and look around the brush.
Found it.
I'm gonna signal it's coming this way and back up.
Mhm.
So I start to kind of go back this way, back towards the graves. One of these days, I'm gonna have to sit there and teach you guys some thieves' can't, so you can actually sit there and talk far better at these distances. All right? One of these days, I'll get you.
One of these days.
It stops a moment.
gonna kind of go right here and try to listen as hard as I can for its footsteps.
Okay. It seems to be getting further and further away.
I'm gonna kind of wave my hand to say, follow me.
Mm-hmm.
Or that, something like that. Move back up here to look this way.
Okay.
Okay.
It does appear to be a little way to go through over here. And also
Okay.
down this direction. Let me just...
Okay, so the best thing is that while it's sounds like it's getting further away, then the best thing to do at the moment would probably be to follow it, so we don't accidentally run into it coming from another direction.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll wander up to here and look down the way it seems to be going. Oh, that's unfortunate. Gently into the brush and then look around.
The
You still
music
hear it
stopped.
clopping.
Let me just... Let's see there.
It's coming back this way. Oh.
Oh. Oh.
He seems to have changed direction. Alright. Keep your ears open as we move.
Mm-hmm.
Can we cut through the tree line?
Gonna try and see about this little spot here. It does look like there's a small spot we could cut through. Do you think that's a good idea?
Well, depending on what we can hear.
How far? Well, he was just way over here, so honestly, a quick look shouldn't hurt. He was
Right.
all the way over here, and he's walking slow, so I'm gonna take a quick look before he moves too much more.
Oh, ice.
Okay. All clear?
All clear.
As of the moment.
Keep looking around here.
Please don't drop things. That scared me.
Agreed.
What is this?
This is appears to be pavement.
Okay.
Okay.
Like it's in a path forward leading towards. From here, you can kind of tell it kind of leads towards the mausoleum.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
My guess is that's probably where we want to end up.
And
It's
of
more than
note,
likely.
Look here.
there's a. Let me see here. Nope, those are on the. Put those on the wrong layer. So these are actually supposed to symbolize where like some torches should be lit,
Mm-hmm.
which is strange because who needs to light torches out here?
Oh.
Okay. Well, I say we make a
So,
break for it.
Yeah, he also seems to kind of be coming around at the moment, so we should
You
Mhm.
probably
hear him.
Yeah.
You can hear him. Go ahead and
In.
we have.
I know. I'm just rolling. I'm just moving him based on what I rolled for his patrol.
I hear you.
And from there, you do find a spot to like kind of hide behind. And it is from there that you can kind of see more of his patrolling area.
Hmm.
As he comes up and goes this way.
So we probably want to move towards the mausoleum. I also don't want to just leave Kai and Anri back there.
Yeah.
Just us go off on our own little escapade.
You
I'm sure if you like shoot me a hand sign, I'd understand what it means and move my way back.
Do like a
Or move my
whistle,
way over.
like a really sharp whistle.
I do actually have a signal whistle.
Yeah? I'm sure you would have probably spoken that over with me.
Woof.
So, oh yeah, wait. It's the one, I wrote it down. I remember I bought it because I thought it was funny. The one that only Kai can hear. Fuck,
Yeah?
I'm gonna use that and be like, maybe I can get his attention.
All right, Kai, with your wolf hearing, you will probably hear it.
I look over to it. I look over to Anri. I grab her like coat a little bit and start pulling her towards the direction I heard it from.
What's wrong? What's wrong, boy?
I like move my head, like pointing in the direction, gesturing that we should probably follow them a little bit.
Oh, okay. Anri will trust in doggo sense.
Doggo sense. Doggo sense. Lead him.
Come on, Doggo Sense.
Doggo sense. Oh fuck.
Oh, doggo sense, keep
You do
moving.
hear the clopping. Getting closer.
Go, Doggo,
sense,
go.
Go, go, go.
Moving around.
And actually, the little spectral hand goes out, waves at them, and leads them back to the mausoleum.
When I see everyone, I just run forward.
Okay.
Anri's probably like, don't leave me.
Yeah. Yeah, just like eventually out of the fog comes Anri, just like following, like, oh my god, I almost lost him.
Well, this turned out to be more useful than I thought. I'm gonna have to keep it. I definitely have to keep this one.
Alright.
Okay.
Here the
And
fuck
you
we
follow
go.
You follow the path forward.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, never any time like the present.
Mm.
I'm
Is
gonna
it still
look-
foggy in here?
It's lifted a bit in here. You can kind of tell that it's thinned a little, so it's like, you know, Dark Link in Ocarina of Time,
Yeah.
Yes.
that fight. So like it's like the fog has like surrounded like this one kind of singular area.
Okay.
Just
So
walked
it's-
up to me and said it's Ocarina.
Whatever. Oko Rhino.
Okay. So I've still got detect magic up. Is anything showing up in this radius?
Outside of like that unnatural like side effect of that fog, no.
Okay.
I'm gonna look at the bridge real
Not from where
quick.
you're
Does it look rickety? Does it look like it'll handle our weight?
Yeah, it seems pretty firm.
All right. I'm the rogue. My job is to go first. So I'm gonna listen. I want to see if I hear anything else that's odd, or see anything else that's odd, because we had the Centulahan, so we might as well double check. So
You hear the blowing of leaves in the wind.
okay, well, then forward I go. Y'all can join me if you want.
Yeah, I'm following. I'm also going to make a perception check just to see what I can pick up.
We're just waiting to see if you die, Sorren.
Yeah.
Well, that's
In-
really helpful.
Look, we all know what the rogue's job is.
It's
Kanari,
not
you
to
hear
die.
you
Again,
hear
Billy.
the blowing.
For a
Kanari,
trap for the tank.
Kanari,
You shut up.
What do I hear, Guti?
you hear the blowing of leaves in the wind, and see the blowing of leaves in the wind in a very unnatural way.
I don't like that.
Through the rubble of this fence, probably around this-ish direction. You've known wind to like blow leaves around in like kind of a spiral,
Mm-hmm.
but not so collected. You can see the tips of leaves spiraling almost kind of like in a, for lack of a better word, like a cyclone of sorts, just over the ruined bit of this fence.
Okay. Be careful,
And it's-
everyone. We may have magic.
It's a Spriggan.
Well,
Uh,
what I'm going to do is I'm going to sneak my way up to the fence line then and look over the top.
Okay.
Just kind of, little fingers over it, and then just kind of stick my nose up.
Yeah, Kanari, would you have pointed out
I
where
did.
that
Yep.
swirling was? Okay.
Yep.
So, looking over in that direction that Kanari was pointing it out, there seems to be a levitating skeleton with leaves, scattered leaves blowing all around it.
Fucking told you it was a Spriggan.
Not a Spriggan. It too appears to be on some kind of patrol.
Is anyone else getting the feeling that this place is actively being patrolled? Like, guarded?
Somebody here is doing something that they don't want anyone else figuring out.
Exactly.
Should we go down to this mausoleum here? Should we try going the way it seems to be patrolling?
I think that way.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Let's watch.
I'll try to
first.
describe this thing to you, and you tell me what it is and whether or not it can also do the same thing that the Centulahan can. Oh, there you go.
Mhm.
Now you can just see it.
That would be a religion check.
I can do that.
This is something that's called an autumn death.
I don't like that.
It is the wayward. It is essentially a skeletal creature who in life they were lost to a forest. Thus they haunt it. Though these things don't patrol so much. They just lurk and haunt in their loneliness.
Mm-hmm.
What it does is that it too also has some life. It also has some life sense, but it does have better perceptives than a headless figure would.
Okay.
It, as you can tell, it is flying, looking as though it's levitating, and you do know from your studies about various undead and their haunting capabilities. This one can control. This one has control over like wind and leaves. It can scatter them in such a way that can be especially harmful.
Got it. Okay.
It also
so
does also have some of its own magics to use.
Good to know. All right. So I'm going to relay all that information, but also, this is not normal behavior for a spirit of this sort. I'm getting the feeling that we're dealing with someone who might be controlling them.
Well, do you think the person controlling them could be in that big building over there?
I do.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it looks like now is the best time. Go.
Sprint,
Roll me
sprint,
stealth
sprint,
checks.
sprint.
Roll stealth for me, everybody.
Can do.
Dolphin.
Can
25.
16.
23.
Okay.
Anri,
Hey.
Hey.
good deal.
Mm-hmm.
So collectively, as you watch it fly past on the other, cresting the other backside of the hill, while it's out of sight, you take that opportunity to book it, and it seems to go by without detecting you. And I'm just going to say you guys are managed to get inside.
Yeah, we are inside.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, inside proper.
we would have
It
hurried
doesn't
inside.
look like it noticed you.
Good deal.
Sweet.
Good job, guys. Good job so far.
Look at us, the fucking commando unit.
You didn't say this was going to be a stealth mission.
CQC.
This is a solo infiltration mission.
And thus you just
Colonel.
Good thing I got my headband of infinite ammo and +2 charisma.
Hey, I mean, infinite ammo, man. Don't knock
I know.
Try it.
I know. Anri would love that.
My suit enchanted with sneaking +5.
+5. Oh.
He's a level 3 mage.
I should watch out for his fireball.
The level 3 mage.
Fucking damn it.
Oh!
Ugh. Anyways.
Kanari, didn't you know that engravings on your staff have no tactical advantage whatsoever?
Oh, now I need to remember fucking Revolver Ocelot. Shit.
Hey, you're pretty good. Jesus Christ. Alright. Well,
It's the art of the magic, Snake.
nanomachines, son.
I don't even know what's happening anymore.
It's the memes, Sorren.
Show me.
Oh man, Captain. What's his name?
Armstrong?
No, the captain from back at the cult.
Shaw?
Captain Shaw.
Oh,
Captain Shaw.
yeah, sure. We are going to find him in a cardboard box the next time we meet. I guarantee it.
Oh my god.
There's chains.
God fucking damn it. Right, so I guess
University of Naya, Jack.
God damn it! All the fucking now and back.
let's go ahead and get a description of our room that we happen to be in.
Yes.
So, I know not everybody here has played WoW, but I'm trying to configure this like when you descend into those mausoleums, everything is either messy or waylaid or it seems like a place that's not where people might come down just to pay respects to certain areas. There's like some, well, you can't see it yet. You can tell that this is an area that's like partially open to the public, but there's like it's for, you can kind of tell it's a bit nicer inside. It's for people who lay their dead like within the into like the walls and whatnot, like you might mausoleum of the modern era.
Mm-hmm.
And there do seem to be assorted torches lit as you go, which, as abandoned as this cemetery seems to be, seems a little odd.
Do they appear to be ever burning torches, or are they normal torches?
They appear to be normal torches.
Interesting.
So lit recently, one presumes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, you can see all right down here.
They most certainly would have had to have been lit recently, and they would have only been lit by someone who otherwise couldn't see in the dark.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm going to go ahead and first I'm going to look down this hallway. I'm going to try to see if there are any traps, because now at this point, I can imagine whoever's here might still have other things that they've set. So,
Right. And while he's doing that, is there any obvious iconography or engraving on the walls?
Aside from the various deities of please watch over our lost ones, languages like that.
Okay.
In various different languages, of course.
Fair enough.
You
Any-
do not detect anything. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, any evidence of our Oni friends or any similar architecture of that nature?
Not from what you can tell, no.
Good to know.
And with a 20 Sorren, you do not detect any traps.
okay. So I will go ahead and cautiously make my way down the corridor and look around the corners. I am moving stealthily if necessary, so
Okay.
if it's necessary to make a check.
Mm.
Oh
I need
shit.
to be a bit closer to the front for my charges if we run into anything.
There appears to be a man with a long pole on his back and dressed in robes, eyes closed, hands together. Just standing there.
So I'm holding out a hand saying hold up a second. I'm gonna watch him. What do I notice about him?
Make me a religion check if you have it.
I do. It's not very high, but I do have it.
From what you can tell, he appears to be some kind of monk.
So like a monk in the religious sense or a monk in the class sense?
Yeah.
Both,
Yes.
both honestly.
Yes.
Okay. There's... I gotta teach you motherfuckers how to do sign language so I don't have to talk.
I barely know how to speak common, man.
I've been doing my best, all right? No, it was the girl beforehand who did a really, really good job at teaching you, so. There's somebody up here. I don't know what to think of him. He seems to be a religious man of some sort, though. I don't know what the hell he'd be doing down here. You think maybe we should confront him?
Can you get an idea of what might be behind him?
There's a hall. He's standing in front of a hallway. I can't see any further past him.
Okay,
I'm assuming that there's just walls this way,
Um,
because I did look both ways.
give me a perception check as you kind of take a look at that wall. Now that you're okay. This part of the wall just seems to have like more like engravings on it, but as far as you can tell, there's nothing odd about it.
Okay.
But it is this, as far as you can tell, this is all wall.
Okay, just wanted to check.
Mm-hmm.
You think maybe we should confront him, or what? I don't know.
Best. You go on ahead. We'll
Do
back
it.
you up. Something goes south. We'll be right here.
I suppose so then. He's got his rapier in. Well, it's probably best not to approach him with a weapon drawn. So
Do you
I'll
have quick
put
draw?
it. I don't.
Damn it.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't tend to matter for me because I tend to dirty fight, but you know, I'd rather approach non-threateningly. So.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to start moving forward, and I'm going to move as if I'm not stealthing at this point, so.
I was wondering when you would choose to reveal yourself.
So you knew I was here the whole time then?
Hmm. I imagine there are others with you, yes?
The cat eyes come forward.
He's not. His eyes are still closed, by the by.
Well, possibly. But, I think it's probably worth it to just, well, ask the question that seems to be on the mind. Who are you and what are you doing here?
My name is gone to me. Gone in a former life, he says as he opens his eyes to reveal they are both blank.
Oh,
Ah, hell.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
I am. 1 second. I'm not even going to bother trying to say it in Japanese. He says, "Forgive me."
Oh, okay.
Oh boy.
And he says, "What was the second question, Sorren?"
Who are you and what are you doing here?
I'm afraid my doing here, I'm afraid my presence here is at the will of my master. He is not kind. There is nothing kind about him. Yet I must follow.
And why?
He was
is
not
that?
expecting guests, but I can inform him of your presence.
Should we let him know that we're here?
Well, which is going to be quieter? Trying to kill whatever level of undead this might be, or letting him go in, talk to us, and introduce us, and then let us in to see whatever necromancer is responsible for all this nonsense.
Yeah, there's probably no point in a fight. So if he already knows we're here, then well, first off, the sound of battle is loud as fuck, anyways. So
Mm-hmm.
well, yeah, it'd probably be best to let him know that we're here. I don't know if we're expected or not, but
And Guti, I do still have that detect magic up. Am I getting any read off of him?
Oh yeah, lots of necromancy.
Of course.
Oh,
All right.
So at that he says, "Whether you wish so or not, It is my duty to inform, Master. My name is gone in life, but he has blessed to give me with a new one. It is called Dog. And without any effort whatsoever, he just simply kicks the ground. And just suddenly he just leaps like it was nothing backwards.
That's a monk for you.
Mm-hmm.
We're both
Jesus Christ. Excuse me, by the gods. There you go, that's better.
Yeah, there you go.
Jesus right.
Not the gods, I'm afraid. This is mortal doing.
Yeah.
And if you all could roll me the other four of you roll me a perception as you get into this room
Gotcha.
to kind of just take it all in.
Okay.
Yeah, Sorren must have missed this because he was a bit spooked by the presence. But you can kind of tell via these engravings. Kai, you don't notice this either, but this here,
I don't know how
is
to.
like it's a sealed doorway. It's like it doesn't look like there's any activation here, but this looks like this would be a hallway for the public to walk through. But the wall is currently closed in.
Okay.
Keep in mind.
Yeah, Sorren, keep an eye out for secret levers or something. Anything. If we need to get out of here in a hurry.
Oh. Yeah, I'll be sure to do that.
Okay. On the other hand, that may let in all the things that we so neatly avoided on the way here.
This whole thing's giving me vibes as the exact same as in the swamp. This is not kosher in any sense of the word.
Which is why
You
we need to
are
put a
correct.
stop to it.
I'm going to come up here and look around. Because I guess now we're expected at this point, so you know.
Mhm.
Yep.
Whoops! God damn it! That was supposed to be a
Oh,
reveal.
no. It's been sealed off.
In this room are just pretty much everything in this room is just it's pretty much a blank room, save for like the walls where the dead would have been placed where they would have
Yeah.
been honored. Yeah,
Catacombs, yeah.
The cubbies.
Yeah.
yeah.
E.
I'm going to take a look around the room, see if I can see anything that Kanari was asking me to look for in regards to traps, but also secret doors, all that kind of fun stuff. So
Same here
Okay.
with me.
you guys are far better at perceiving things than I am. It makes me so mad. Well, I got a low wisdom. There's not much I can do about
Okay.
that.
So not really a whole lot. This room is otherwise, like I said, pretty blank. But looking around it, touching up the walls and stuff, there don't appear any kind of secret levers or switches.
Okay.
Well, like there's just one other entrance over here.
Yep.
Hey, Kai, are you there?
Hi.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Okay. I was just wondering, you were still sitting in the back room, so. I'll look around the corner. Oh boy. Well, up to the first cubby. Okay. Let's
Yeah.
check out the second cubby.
Just going down. These are each like.
Yeah.
So looking through some of these, it looks like someone's been rifling with some of the buried within the walls,
Mm.
Yep.
very dishonorably.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I know better than to mess with the dead. Whoever this person is doesn't seem to realize that.
They
Mhm.
come, Master. Good. Oh, how long I have waited to showcase the majesty of my arcane knowledge. Come. My dog knows you're present. Please, show yourselves.
All right, Kanari knows which way this is going, so she's just gonna walk out briskly.
Mhm.
And standing atop here, robed, is a a pale albino drow.
Oh.
Greetings, fellow mage.
How do you
Greeting.
do?
Allow me to introduce myself, Selenar Nezana of the Unharia. Cancer in Haria, to be precise, and what a fitting title I find myself with.
Why?
Does that mean anything to anyone here?
If
No.
everyone could roll me local or history.
I'm surprised I even know my name half the time.
Okay,
Fucking
so
drow.
you have no idea who this fucking guy is, except the fact that he sounds out of his goddamn mind. But
Like a drow. Sounds
yeah.
right.
With Anri, was that a history or local?
That was local.
Okay, so with your local and Kanari, your history.
I had a 21 local.
Let me check something again just to make sure I didn't get the number wrong. Local and history DCs vary by. They kind of vary based on the information.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see here. Okay. Yeah, you know what, Sorren, I can give you some of this too. So with a 21 local, you know what? Actually, because you're not from this land, I don't think I can give this to you.
That's
Unfortunately.
fine. No worries.
So Anri, though, in Kanari, when he said Enheriar, that belonged to an old order of knights from centuries long past. A fraternity, almost, if you will, where there were essentially 12 knights who swore an oath to protect the lands from the warring tribes. And they were not privy toward... They were not afraid of going under the law to see justice done. However, with someone psychotic holding a title like this, the titles of these were passed down through generations, though as time does to all things, the meanings of such idealisms begin to erode.
Right.
And this bastardization of whatever the Enheriar once was, it's the Enheriar, they still live to this day, but if someone like this can hold a title, who the hell knows what else could, or who else could?
Understood. All right, and do I recognize these critters, and what would I need to roll for them?
That is a religion check.
I can do that.
Okay. So you're familiar with whites,
Mm-hmm.
typically old knights that are capable of raising spawn of those who they slay
Mm-hmm.
to join among their ranks, but these are of the Minotaur variety.
Oh boy.
Oh, good.
Man, can't wait to join the rank.
Can't wait to join those ranks, am I right?
Guys.
Fret not, for the show is nearly come to its grand conclusion.
Well,
And once go ahead.
I was just gonna say, well, as she, like, cracks her knuckles, rolls her shoulders, let's make it a good show then.
Come, dog, let us see to the end of it.
Every time he says his name, you can just see Kai get perk up like,
Dog?
And Shizuki is not fucking around with these things.
I surreptitiously draw my mace.
Charge, power, attack.
Okay.
I guess we're going straight into combat. All right.
Initiative it is.
Okay, well.
This was just going to be a surprise round thing. So.
Okay. He too was going to act.
Oh,
So
okay.
I guess that's just go ahead and roll initiative then.
Yeah,
Okay,
this.
Yeah.
Yeah, this.
No side is surprised of each other. We all know we're here.
Yeah.
We know we're down to fight.
Yep.
We know what it is.
You know what it
Oh.
is?
Oh, fuck.
7.
Go ahead and put on some. Put on a track here.
26. Hell yeah.
You seem to be going all right.
All right.
This one will work.
God damn, Anri.
Hmm.
Anri, ready.
She doesn't like stealth missions.
No, she doesn't.
That's okay. You're allowed to be as
No.
loud as you want at this point.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Fire away.
Okay. Actually, make this spirit.
Also, Guti, just with that last detect magic, am I getting anything off of him? The man himself, is he...
Let's see.
As he was
He's
monologuing.
He's up a fair height. Yeah, you can probably pick up the. He does have some spells on him. One of them you immediately can see is mage armor,
Okay.
Of course.
and the other. And as for anything else at the moment,
I can look
can't
up how
quite
that
make
works if
anything
you
out.
want.
Well,
If you were-
I was going to say all he. You picked up mage armor basically,
Okay.
as
And
well
he's
as,
not
like,
undead himself, which is basically what I
is.
was going for.
He is not, but
Okay.
you can also kind of tell, like, the aura of just like recently spewed necromantic energies.
Okay.
And with that, as he says, the show is just about to begin. He dusts off, and the monk who's with him he doesn't really sigh, I guess, but you can just see like regret on his face as he follows. And that puts us at top of the round.
All right.
All right.
Hey.
Do it.
So, I'm just trying to think how much your gun's going to be useful against skeletons, though.
It does piercing and bludgeoning damage.
Yep.
Oh yeah, it does.
Oh, all right. Well, then no worries.
All right. I forget what the undead are immune to in regards to that, but
I
yeah.
think only bludgeoning work on skeletons.
You would know. You would remember this, yeah.
Okay. Move there. Bang.
Bang. All right.
Bang, bang.
Okay, and that is touch AC.
Yep.
Flat-footed touch AC, in fact.
Yep.
Ooh.
That music works perfectly for that image, Cygnus. I'm just listening to it while I'm also watching it.
Yes. Also, Guti, you have very good taste in Yoko Taro games.
What's that?
I said you have very good taste in Yoko Taro games.
Thank you.
Mhm. Right.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Bang.
You know what's the game that Nier has collabed with?
And it looks like it hit true.
Shoot off one of its
The-
ribs.
The bludgeoning force seems to just connect hard. Is it just Shizuki?
Shizuki is going to charge power attack. And... $20 plus. Ooh. Alright. So that just cancels out. Alright. 19 against its flat-footed AC.
Hits.
E8 plus 7 plus 4. 15 points of damage.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Hit it hard enough that it staggers back. It's already looking like it's having trouble standing.
Alright. It's good.
Sorren.
Really not sure what the best option is for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to standard action total defense and move here.
Okay. Brings it to Kai.
I'm gonna do what I do best.
Charge bite.
Charge
the
it
bone.
and bite. I see bones. That's a lovely dream.
Hell yeah. Minotaur bones, those are big.
Nom.
Luckily, since they haven't gone yet, they don't make attacks of opportunity either.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to stay at least a little still closer to you guys in case we needed to do an AoE heal. Sorry, trying to run my numbers. There it is. Okay. Oh wait, I didn't do the charge. That should be 29.
That's fine. It's no trouble at all.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bite.
Bite.
6.
Bite.
17 damage. And my bites do count as bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing. So
Yep.
Oh damn.
Jesus.
All right.
Uh-huh, that's bites for you, yeah.
yeah, bites count
You
as
already-
everything.
And
like you, like, rip-
trip.
Can I?
Yes.
You can trip up to one size larger.
Yes.
So I can. That is fair. All right.
Yes.
I'll
Just
I've
fucking-
gotten
take
you,
my free trip.
Go ahead, sorry.
I've gotten you to the point where you have to ask if it's possible.
Mean. Okay.
Just
Trip.
fucking wrench at its leg.
Yeah.
Well, no.
Well,
Trip doesn't go
Ooh.
through. I don't think you can critically fail a trip.
I rolled. It's a normal miss anyway.
Okay.
It's their
Wasn't
turn.
attempt. I tried to steal its leg bone.
All right, Skelebros, let's do this.
Shizuki a 12, I assume, will not hit you.
Nope.
And a 15 to Kai.
No. Oh gods, no.
Okay. Well, actually,
If that hit me, I would be a terrible tanky boy.
Mm-hmm.
and the second one misses Shizuki.
The wall
and the
would
second one misses
cry.
Kai. Oh man, these poor boys. Nope.
Oh man,
They
poor
missed their
boys.
attacks.
Poor boys.
Kanari.
Top of the round.
All right. Time to breaking. Let's go ahead and call this Bone Shaker.
Yee.
So
It's the
that'll
best spell to
be
use on a skeleton is a bone
I was
shaker.
about to say.
yeah DC 17 Fortitude. So I'm going to be going for this one.
So does it say that it works for undead?
Let me double check that because I need to.
Because if
They have nothing but bones, I'd imagine.
yeah, you know, fuck, I'm not gonna fucking worry
It
about
says
rules on
one
this
living
It's
creature or undead creature with a skeleton.
Yes.
Oof. Okay, cool.
As long as it has
So-
a skeleton.
Yes.
I mean, it definitely has a skeleton.
Yep. And you know what? I'm gonna give it a minus because it is a skeleton. So
That sounds so painful. A living creature has its skeleton rattle within its flesh? I don't want to imagine what that would feel like.
Mhm.
That's why it's terrifying.
so
I don't
23
want
to
it
its
either.
DC. 23 on the roll.
Okay, so it does beat it.
Okay.
So no effect. That's the end of me.
Ah, okay.
Understood.
All right, Anri's
I
back to
did
you.
love you.
just look here.
Quick
Undead
thing.
creatures take no damage.
Yes. No, I know. I was going to
Move it.
Did you
move it
read
to
the-
attack the other one.
Did you
Okay.
read the end of it? Mindless
Yes.
undead don't get a save.
Oh.
Is it mindless?
If it's
Uh,
mindless, it doesn't get to save against it, and you can make it work anyways. Skeletons
Are
more
they
often than not
thinking?
are mindless.
Yeah.
Hmm.
If someone
So-
else is controlling them, it's mindless.
Given the fact, given the current circumstance of this, I will consider them mindless.
All right.
So he will move as normal, provoking an attack of opportunity from me.
Yes. So he's going to move up to his speed, over to the other one.
All right, Shizuki, that
22.
hits.
That hits for D8 plus 7. Plus 4. For 18 points of damage.
How do you want to do it?
I'm gonna blow its leg off, and that crack just travels up through the entire skeleton as it just launches towards this other guy here.
Just a barrage of bones. Just.
So what's his
bone-
ranged attack modifier?
My God.
I know mine is 10, so
There you go.
Let me actually roll something real quick here. Hold on. Okay, so this area is going to be considered difficult terrain because of just the fucking just
The bones.
insane amount of bones, just like just riddled on the floor.
Excellent.
Okay, now that brings us to Anri.
Yeah. Okay. Well, since that's dealt with, I'm going to move up here. Reload as a free action. I'm gonna shoot the other one.
another one.
Another one. 19.
That's a hit.
Hey. Uh, 12.
Okay.
That'll be one chemical cartridge gone.
All right, that brings it to Shizuki.
All right. Kai, you think you got that one up there?
I think so.
Okay.
Do you wanna
I'm
chase?
going to move this way, and I'm going to peer around the corner here. See what's on. See where those two may have gone.
Just shout a go get him, Kai, and then
With
you.
a D20 plus perception.
That is what you see.
Hmm.
I see a little skeleton foot.
She sure does. We'll also point out that on the sides here, this looks like kind of like a narrow path here.
Okay.
Ooh, another skeleton foot.
Okay.
Why is the way you say that so funny?
I see a
Skeleton
pic-
foot.
I see a skeleton pixel.
I don't know. Don't ask me.
I think it's great.
His little,
tip of a
his little
skeleton.
bony toesies.
All right.
Somebody
Sorren.
didn't tuck their feet in.
Fucking damn it.
Jesus Christ.
My turn, so... That's not gonna be a flank. I don't think so.
You could. If you're wanting to attack that skeleton, you could go that way, because he doesn't have attack of opportunity on you. If you do that.
Yeah.
And like you're just going
It
through
is-
difficult terrain, and that just cuts your movement in half.
Well, it's not gonna be impressive, but I'll try it. So it's 30 feet to go there. I'm gonna swing my mace.
All right.
It is a masterwork light mace, so I can. It's a light weapon, so I'm able to use my dexterity with it.
All right.
Gonna whack.
It's one of Shimamura mace, in
Hell
fact.
yeah.
Registered trademark.
Registered trademark. There you
A
go.
23?
That is a hit.
Shimamura Mace doesn't let you down.
I do 5 points of damage.
Okay.
Are you allowed to redistribute that? Because you just redistributed it into face.
There you go.
Give it a good crack on the side of the skull.
There you go.
All right. Brings it back to Kai. He's barely
All
hanging
right.
on.
I'm gonna bite. I don't do much else. I'm just gonna bite. There's not much else I do in life. 20 to
I
hit.
bites, I eats, I sleeps.
That hits.
Okay. That would be... Whoopsies, I didn't mean to roll that. I hit the wrong button. There we go. That's the damage.
Bit.
Bit.
You
Is
already
it
deaf?
bad? Okay. Yes. Alrighty. So, charged in. I didn't get on the bone. Sad, but the second bite, I go on in, go for the other leg, and I just swipe the bone. Just the whole entire leg bone's just gone. Just new. I'm keeping this.
He gets the entire femur.
Yes, all of it detached. It's mine. Happy
This
dog.
also
I
collapses
lay down
into-
and start chewing on it.
It also collapses into difficult terrain.
All right.
This is my bone. I'm keeping it.
Many
There
are
are
like
many
it,
like
but this
it,
one is mine.
But this one is mine.
Okay, you can add Minotaur.
I was trying to remember how
How
that
much do
went.
you say it
but got to
weighs?
it first.
Sorry, chaotic.
You're fine. Someone was gonna do it. It's fine.
Are we still in combat rounds or no?
At this moment, none. You are not.
Okay.
All right.
Anyways, how much does this weigh?
Fuck, I don't know.
It's a bone. It's probably hollow bone. Even it probably doesn't
20
weigh much more than a pound or two.
It's a
Probably only a pound or
minotaur.
two. It's a big bone, but it's also a hollow bone. It wouldn't weigh that
Is it a
much.
hollow bone though?
These things
Would
have
he have
probably
hollowed
been
it
dead for a
out?
long time.
We can research this later.
We can figure out how much this bone is later. Let's go.
Thick leg.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say 5 pounds for now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I come up here. I look at Shizuki. Ladies first.
No, I insist.
No, please. I'm just trying to be a gentleman.
Oh, for God's
God's
sake.
You both just come by saying the same thing at the same time.
I get to the doorway, realize it's a bit long. I have to like scoot to the side. I have the bone in my mouth.
You
It's knocking against
second
the
thoughts
wall.
about
No, I'm keeping the bone.
Okay.
So coming
That's
into
a lot
this
of
room,
skeletons.
the continued dark pathway here, this purpleness, is high up from like 15. It's a 15-foot drop down into this red zone where there are magic
Okay.
circles, bones, skeletons, some conscious, some not, some wandering, some not. And Necromancer is at the far side here. In his hand, as he's holding like a very hammy, gallant pose, he has one hand out, and then the other hand he's clutching by the hair a head.
Ah.
And within the mouth of that head is
getting in Ruby.
Oh.
Hold the fucking phone.
Okay, so Guti.
Hmm.
As soon as I catch sight of this guy, I'm going to be trying to cast something on him.
all right. At the moment, as you enter, though, he is basically just cackling. So go right ahead.
Okay. So it's going to be Bone Shaker again.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So that is a DC 17 Fortitude save from him. And we see how he does on that before I tell you what he does.
Okay.
Well, if he's undead, then it works. If not, it would deal damage.
Well, both. Either or, it's going to be useful.
So the DC
That's
was
fair.
17.
17.
Okay. He unfortunately succeeds.
Alright, so he only takes half damage from that. Okay, halves the damage and negates the movement. So, I will roll the 5d6 and then we will just take half of that, I think.
Okay. 5d6.
Yes,
Okay.
because it's 3 plus 2,
1 per
3 plus
plus
1
1
per
per
2.
2 levels, yeah.
Mhm.
Best part, it doesn't have a cap on it. It's fucking cool.
Yep. Yes, it
Yeah.
is.
Actually,
So-
the gift that keeps on giving.
So like he's cackling, and then as your as your spell goes off, his cackling goes from oh, I'm so familiar with this one. Yes, brilliant. Surely you can present such a show to this offering, for this offering towards Master Nimaguma is not quite done just yet. Come, my puppets.
Oh.
And you hear a lot of chittering from below. The sounds of bones
Clickety-clack.
all clickety clacking all together, as almost like a mound.
Oh fuck.
All sorts of creatures, human, elf, monster, anything you could possibly probably think up, all merged together and slam down on the platform.
Oh fuck.
Okay.
Guys, I think I left the oven on at home. I'll be back.
Oh no, you don't.
Oh, come on. She's
And
got him
he
by the
Lord
foot. She's
Nito
just trying to
when-
walk.
He flies the
Jesus.
coop again. The monk gives one last look to all of you, and it's just a really sad expression. But he continues on.
Oh, you know what? That's a thought.
So my question is, how are y'all feeling right now? We can continue, or we can just bookmark this to next time.
I'm just feeling.
I can probably go another hour myself,
Okay.
but yeah.
I could, though. I'm also wondering how long this fight is going to take.
As
7
much as I
years.
would like to, unfortunately, we're doing taxes today, so I need to hop off here,
Okay.
It's tax day.
Yeah,
get that done.
it's census day here, so
Yeah.
yeah.
All right.
All right.
Well,
This will be a.
we will cliffhanger it
Cliffhanger.
here.
Yeah.
As we
Jesus.
engage this Dark Souls boss.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Nito.
Exactly.
Hi, Nito. Bye, Nito. See you in 2 weeks. All right. So until next time, y'all have a good one. And we'll see you in the next exciting episode of Kyonin Legacies. Farewell.
Ciao, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.